Yeah, in space.
Oh, but also, I think we'll need to mention that the president was also contemplating on the Magneto protocols.
And
Okay,
that's
sorry.
why
I need to jump in here. I need to jump in here.
BuckMeister, I choose you.
Okay. First off, welcome to yet another episode of the Nerdgasm podcast.
And I've made a comment on TikTok. We are sober, but I'm telling you, man.
And you can find me on My Big Geek Media. Hashtag Recast the Chala campaign.
Except Jack had to find someone from Africa. He's so plain.
Okay, I'm tebellokhala. Welcome to Nerdgasm.
Hey, welcome everyone to another episode of the Nerdgasm podcast with our awesome foursome and our guest, the official TK, second only to me.
Oh, thank you.
Even technically, by rights, you're older than me, so I'm supposed to be your successor.
Wait. Tato, how old are you?
I'm 98.
Black don't crack most.
Yeah,
black don't crack, my friend.
You know how it is.
He went to the Pharaoh school of immortality.
The one that Ferreira
more like vampire school of immortality, but yeah, anyway.
No, Chief, you are Shang Tsung for real. Like
That's
your
a different
soul
story.
is mine.
Yeah, some Aragon stuff right there.
I don't know, it's just your brother's soul is mine. Yours.
Yeah.
Side note, Shang Tsung was hella greedy. That bruh stole everybody's soul. Like, even the guys who won the fight, they didn't get the soul afterwards. It's just like, no, let me step in here. Yeah, I know you won, but just thank you. His soul is mine. It's like, hey, but I won the fight. No.
And
his soul is mine.
do you eat souls?
Yeah, but he was like, waste not, want not, guys.
Yeah, no, so why waste a perfectly delicious soul right here? Thank you.
Like he was waste not, want not.
It's like that guy who always gets the last pizza. Like, you know you're not supposed to take it, but you're just like, no, thank you.
That guy got the last slice of pizza. That guy didn't even pay to contribute. Have you noticed, like, you're at a website, you're at a gig or something, and then everybody compensates like 50 rand something, and he's always broke. But when you come there, because we're all Christian folk, we think, and then he's the one who's like, pa, got a slice of pizza, like, with your full chest, and you didn't pay a goddamn cent for this goddamn meal.
Always.
Shang Tsung. He doesn't win the fight, but he steals everybody's moves. Doesn't win the fight.
Okay.
Tangent Kai.
I was just giving some positive, constructive feedback regarding the intros of the show. They say now our intros are a bit long, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch things up. Right?
Okay.
Instead of just going into the intros now, we'll just put. I'm going to develop this technology where you have this end scene where these things just come scrolling up, like in the TV shows. And then we'll have all the names. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, sir, I was preparing to do a whole Jiraiya thing again, but it's fine.
No, whoever gave you that feedback is absolutely right. I was thinking the same thing, that perhaps we can just,
the problem with our intros is we also
plug ourselves at the end.
Yeah, plug ourselves to the end. We just have those little end credits. That's the word.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends. Okay, before we continue, because we should continue. But I'm just saying. Also, it depends, because on social media, the thing is, people also it depends on how long they stay on a video for.
Yeah.
So usually, the best practice is to plug yourself up top, because you want them to That's why people open the video. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Please leave a like. Wada. Do this, go check this out, and then they get into the content, because to retain people and to make sure that they're clicking on the stuff that you need them to click on. Yeah. But if you want to jump straight into it, let's jump straight into it.
We are, look, you're going to use the spirit of manifestation, eh? We are manifesting a 1 million subscriber channel. And you know, with these million subscriber channels, people watch straight to the end. There's this one there's this channel that is started by this guy called Hank Green and his brother John Green, where they talk about science stuff. And they don't plug anything in the beginning. They have end credits like it's a damn show. And people watch this thing where they go on about the Mongol Empire or...
How do they look like? I think I know these guys are talking about.
Oh, you should know them. One of them is an author.
Okay, well, long story short, let's start the episode.
So we are a million subscriber channel. So we also have put our credits in the end, ne?
Chap.
We are not even clickbaity like the Try Guys, whoever those people are anymore, because apparently they're quitting. There's already above anime. Anyway, 5 minutes. There, the credits have passed. The disclaimer has passed.
All right. All
right. We are here to discuss the final chapter of the final episode of
Xmen 97.
Xmen.
Yes. Yeah. As well as
background, Chief. Yeah. I'm saying it's on your background.
No, he was busy talking to his girlfriend. That's why I could hear.
Oh.
He's still trying to get back. He's still trying to get back to slap those cheeks, like baby.
That would be crazy. It's like he just left in the middle of a civil war with the Empire, and he comes back like, yo.
About what I said before.
Take me back,
baby. Come on.
Come on. I can't leave they're my babies. They're my kids. Should I abandon my kids? Would you abandon your kids? Like, would you abandon your empire for me? Why do you expect me to abandon my family for you then?
Abandon them.
Be rational.
Yeah.
or he just goes, okay, you love me again, because I'm not doing this.
Anyway, well, wait. Before we continue, I have some very upsetting news right now.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time ever, we do not have the Tabata anime.
Oh no. Gasp.
My team, God bless them, they've been working day and night from this Afrogeek
Well,
festival.
actually, can I actually bring up a Ditabata anime then? Because I actually do have one.
Okay, so for the first time ever, the Tabata anime will be anchored by BuckMeister. Zuko, cue the theme song.
Okay, so Dumelang Bakay. Yeah. So today I just found out that apparently Mahershala Ali might be leaving Blade.
What?
I am not surprised.
Yeah,
He might be saying deuces, which is crazy because they're slating it for 2027. This movie was announced in 2019, guys.
This movie was supposed to be released last year.
Last year, it's supposed to be released in Phase 3, Chief. More Guardians of the Galaxy 3, all of that stuff. It was supposed to come out then.
I don't blame him though, because I mean, look at Channing Tatum. You know, dude was announced to play Gambit eons ago. He never even got to play the role.
No, but like, it's one thing for Channing Tatum to be rumored. Mahershala Ali was at Comic-Con on stage in a hat. Blade.
Channing Tatum was at Comic-Con also when they announced the Gambit thing.
But I'm saying he was not on stage next to Kevin Feige.
He was.
Next to Kevin Feige.
Was it Kevin Feige? I don't remember who it was, but he was on stage at Comic-Con with with like the top guys at the time. You should check out the video. He was there, bro.
But I'm saying, I think the thing is with Kevin Feige though, like the thing is, Mahershala Ali, he hit them up first. 1, 2, it was slated with all of the Phase 4 stuff or whatever when all Guardians and stuff was coming out, and he was there on stage when these things were dropping. So they were like, yeah, no, Blade is next. Then he did interviews. Then he even took a photo where they were taking some of his stuff. Like they hit up Wesley Snipes for the promo, and Wesley Snipes was like, "Go ahead, Mahershala Ali, do a good job or whatever." and all of that stuff. Like there was a marketing machine behind this thing.
Didn't he do didn't he have like a voiceover in the end credits of
He
Eternals?
was in, and they didn't even put him on screen, which doesn't make sense to me. Like, why is he off screen? Like, that movie could have at least been a saving grace for us to see Mahershala Ali as Blade. Because right now, all they're doing is taking other parts of other movies he's been in and putting a Blade thing together. Like,
that's true.
and it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that they can figure out Deadpool and Wolverine, where there's TVA and multiple dimensions, but somebody can't write Blade kills vampires. They can't write Blade is a monster hunter like Van Helsing. They can't.
I think the pressure is too high on Blade because Blade literally saved Marvel.
There's no pressure. It's a vampire movie.
But I think
But I'm saying they did Werewolf by Night. They did Werewolf by Night. They did a special with monsters.
Yeah, that was
I love
excellent.
this so much. It's like,
but I do get where TK is coming from.
I can just sit
You
there and
get it,
sit.
right? Like, there's so much pressure on Blade right now.
Yeah.
If they mess this one up, it's the end of Marvel.
No, they mess it up then. It's fine. We've survived bad movies before. Batman survived Batman and Robin, guys.
It's Batman versus Superman.
Thanks to Christopher Nolan.
No, but I'm saying if they mess it up, somebody can come and try it again. We can't be afraid to mess up a property. Like, the people who are in it won't work again in that property. It's fine. George Clooney figured it out.
I find that so funny coming from you, because given what happened with Wakanda Forever.
No, the problem is that they decided to kill the main character off. I'd rather a bad adaptation of my favorite main character than he doesn't exist at all. I'll take a bad African accent. I'll take that.
Wow.
I think that's why they introduced the sun.
The sun, they gotta burn that thing, scrap it.
That's a horrible retcon, bro.
They need to nuke it.
I know.
6 ways from Sunday. I don't want that. No, I don't want this sun business because it doesn't make sense.
I think that's where they wanted to head it.
But,
but my point is,
what's happening with all the black movies just not happening?
Like, and now Sam Wilson, apparently they added Giancarlo Esposito as another villain in his movie as well. And it's like, dog, how many villains are in this movie? Is it Sam Wilson with no powers and his wings versus like the Thunderbolts or something?
But we mentioned it before. This is just basically, leading to the Thunderbolts. Even people now are even pissed off. They're saying Black Widow was just, an entrance point to Thunderbolts. So that's what I'm
saying. The other thing is that at least Natasha Romanoff was the main attraction of that movie. Sam Wilson, they keep adding people. Like, dog, how is he gonna get screen time?
He's gonna be a supporting. He's gonna have a supporting role in his own movie. It's Blade Trinity all over again.
It's looking like that as well.
It's where's the Blade Trinity? It's what's his name? It's the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, where Boba Fett was the worst character in his show. Like Fennec Shan, it should have been called Fennec Shan featuring Boba Fett. Like
it should be called the Mandalorian 2.5 because the moment he walked in, like, look at me, it's my show now.
Yeah, he just took it. It's my show, punk. But anyway, getting back to this Blade thing, I find it insane that it is so hard to write a Blade movie. Because look, if you just take John Wick, because the director of John Wick and the writer of John Wick, one of those two, they wanted to do the Blade movie. And I'm like, just take that, have somebody get captured, Blade has to go save them, it tests his humanity, he's badass, that's the movie, end of story.
But didn't Ryan Coogler also want to do like Blade, and then I think they rejected it, and he's doing his own thing. I know it's a rumor.
No, he didn't want to do Blade. He's just doing a vampire movie.
I have the perfect storyline for Blade. They must just take, literally, after Whistler died, and he's all alone, Whistler gave him a pet dog, and then a vampire kills it when Blade resigns.
Blade Wick.
No.
That Blade decides to go back to his old ways.
Blade Wick.
And you just see like one of the old vampires telling the kid that killed Blade's dog, like, we used to call him the Blade of the Boogeyman. You don't understand what you have unleashed upon our kind.
That's funny.
They call him the Daywalker. It's like, boss, he just killed the dog of somebody. And it's like, of who? It's my son. I don't care. We're vampires. It's the Daywalker, sir. Oh.
I heard you slap my son. Yeah, I did. Why did you slap my son? Oh, yeah, he killed a dog. So you slapped him for a dog? That dog belongs to the Daywalker. Slap him again.
No, but I'm just saying, it cannot be hard. It can't be. You can't tell me you can figure out TVA and multiverse theories, and Loki had a whole season where it was mind-bending and there was magic and everything, but Mara Blade is hard. I'm confused.
No, there's more. You know what?
The thing is, they don't even need to force it into the universe. It could literally be a standalone movie that has no connection to anything, but it's in that universe. That's all it needs to be.
Or take some of the people that were in Werewolf by Night and have them show up in the Blade movie. It's the same. They're dealing with occult. Like, Blade should have actually been in there. There was a character where I was like, this was Blade.
Let me tell you what my ADHD my ADHD spider senses are telling me right now. Should I give you the 101?
Yeah, go for it.
There's something that's happening behind the scenes that nobody's really telling us about. Something big. It's not just like run of the mill. Some of the decisions these people are making are way too stupid for it to be considered just an act of tomfoolery or overconfidence.
Yeah, there's a level of unprofessionalism going on.
Yeah, there's a level of unprofessionalism that's happening. Two, they saw what happened with Mobius twice, and they are scared of anything that has to do with scary things in the night, because we want it to be specific and actually make sense. While they willfully ignore what actually went wrong with Mobius, they're now trying to just they're just now trying to move the whole Dark Avengers universe. It feels like it's the plague suddenly because of how terrible Mobius did. It's Mobius. It's
Mobius is
Morbin time.
I think Mobius didn't do well because he changed the story too much.
Yeah, Mobius is
what? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Oh, I'm saying Mobius didn't do too well because they changed the story too much from the comic book. Like, it was completely different.
But that's what they do. They don't even know the story. They don't even have They've never read the stories. They've never read the source material. They don't even know the synopsis of the source material.
Yeah.
So
because Blade belongs to the Midnight Suns. So the Midnight Suns is Morbius, it's Ghost Rider, it's Blade, and a couple of other guys. Yeah.
Who?
And if you
Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, Blade. Elsa Bloodstone did make an appearance, I think. King, who else? I think Dr. Voodoo was there, I think.
Yes.
And Doctor Strange.
No.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is
all the magic characters. Anybody who deals with the occult, they're in the Midnight Suns because they're fighting like demons and everything, which would have been cool. Like, this is what I'm saying. Werewolf by Night was the perfect place to put Blade, and they just didn't do it. And it's just
you know where they could have put Blade?
You're right.
Where they could have had a test subject to see whether Blade would be received positively or not. They could have hinted at Blade all the way at Moon Knight.
No, Moon Knight or Werewolf by Night.
WandaVision.
Yeah.
No, WandaVision he wouldn't have fit, I don't think, because he doesn't care about. I'm just saying those two places. Anything when you're dealing with occult and it's hunters and it's magic and it's weird things happening. Yeah, like have him show up in Egypt. Have him show up in Egypt like Moon Knight. What's along more? Why is there weird demon things in the sky sucking people's souls?
And then of course you don't have a scene where like Moon Knight doesn't recognize him because it's the wrong guy, and then he'd be like the first person to recognize, oh, it's you. Only to realize that just to hint that there's a more to this universe, or it would be conscious to take you to
for me, even Multiverse of Madness, they could have made it work somewhere there.
Yeah.
Could have made it.
Anyway, the point being is, I'm saying I don't understand what's going on at Marvel. I don't understand why Blade's movie is taking forever, and it feels like this is an extension of what's happening with T'Challa, where it's just like, I don't know how you guys did it right for the last 10 years with all of these white characters, Mara. When the black characters coming in now, you're remix. You're the DJ in the booth. Like, you're the
Rambo
DJ in the
is
booth.
gone.
Everybody was.
Rambo is gone. T'Challa's gone. Now Blade is looking like I don't think Blade is gonna be made.
I'm telling you.
Armor War seems like it's gonna be a mess. Is Riri Williams is it still gonna be a thing?
I don't know.
Let me tell you something. Trust me, there is some Republican level executive in the Marvel headquarters who says the N word with a hard ER, who's like determined to sabotage every single.
No, but straight up, how do you take a project that made you $1 billion and you are dragging your feet in doing it?
Because
like, it doesn't make sense. If something is making you money and you're in the business of making money, how are you not trying to make money from that? How are you not trying to cash in on that?
If you have enough money to retire 5 times over, do you really care about making more at this point? Or do you care about making...
But I'm saying, at the same time, like, what's this with these writers themselves? Before we can even get to the executives, the people making the stuff, the people making the stuff, they're that DJ in the booth where, you know, everybody's having a good time, you know, is it worth it? Let me work it, na, and then remix, and I'm like, dog, I was listening to the song I'm listening to. Why are you throwing in something I did not ask for?
Like, exactly. That's why I'm telling you that the good writers need to jump through hoops and bounds to get to the things they want to. And even if you sell your soul to Mephisto to make this thing happen, they give you peanuts for it.
I mean, they're literally giving us Agatha. Who asked for Agatha?
Who asked for Agatha?
How? Wait, she had one song in 2019, and now she's getting a TV show.
And guess what's her hue?
Anyway, like
the one no one asked for is getting something.
Well, anyway, to shed some hope, because I'm gonna sound pretty hopeless when we actually get to the X-Men review, but to get into some hope, there is rumors going around that they are looking to get rid of the Sun with T'Challa Jr. They're looking like they're gonna scrap that. They're looking like they're gonna bring somebody in. They're playing with the idea of the multiverse where T'Challa might come in, and he's already married to Storm. He's already married to Storm. That's the idea. And like Bob Iger, it's a rumor. I don't know how true it is. I'm just hearing it on the rumor mills on the Twitters and social medias.
Yeah.
That that Bob Iger is like, he's like pissed that they lost a lot of their audience, and he's like, we got to start doing stuff to bring the audience back. So they're trying to.
I mean, he said that last year already.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, for me, because of I run in the T'Challa circles, apparently the idea is that like, there's a secret mandate. They gotta bring T'Challa back and they gotta fix it, because apparently Wakanda Forever is not going over as well as people thought it did, despite how many people argue me on Twitter. Jesus. Anyway, rumor, grain of salt, but I'm just saying, maybe Iger can see money past racism, so we're hoping.
Do you know what happens to a capital ship after it's struck by 6 torpedoes? That bitch sinks.
Like, all I know is they cannot flop with, they cannot flop with Dynasty. Dynasty, or is it Secret Wars?
Whatever it is.
Because that's another thing. No, we don't know what the next big movie is supposed to be.
Because like, there's no idea. There's no new big three. You know what I mean? There's no Thor Cap. There's no Thor Cap and Tony in that now. Like, who are the main guys now?
Most of us are devout X-Men fans, are devout Marvel fans, or what we like to call ourselves that. Who actually cares about the latest Marvel releases? I
haven't even watched. I think the last one I watched was Wakanda Forever. I still haven't watched Madness, Multiverse of Madness. I still haven't watched the Guardians 3. I still haven't watched Ant-Man 2, or is it 3? Quantumania. What? I'm missing one more.
I think after Wakanda
the
Forever.
Marvels.
Yeah, I haven't watched them. Well, for me, my policy is that I
Oh,
don't
the
want to
Marvels
give...
I did watch. I did watch the Marvels by accident, and I actually did enjoy it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then the next question, right? Apart from Deadpool versus Wolverine, what other Marvel movie are we actually looking forward to? I'm actually looking forward to Marvel.
I think it's the only one that they're releasing.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I'm saying, dog. If there was a Blade movie that was coming out, you cannot tell me people would just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so,
Do you know how much it, bruh?
look,
Things have
as much-
changed there.
Blade is certified in the hood, bruh. Blade is platinum in the hood. Like, we would go watch that thing.
I'm seeing people who are talking about, the Avengers, but remember, Blade saved us all from vampires.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that the hype for Blade would not put people in the
I think proper marketing would
No,
do something.
dog. When Mahershala Ali was announced,
Yeah.
bruh, the whole internet was like, Blade is coming back.
Exactly.
Yeah, but remember,
was it.
this is before these horrible Marvel shows came in, these horrible movies that came out.
I'm hearing you, but what I'm saying is that on an announcement, they didn't have a trailer. They didn't even have this bra in the suit.
Yeah.
No, I don't disagree. I think that was huge. I mean, that was huge. But what I'm saying is, from what we've gotten from Marvel post that, I don't think people are so.
I hear you, Mr. Extrodin.
What I'm hearing from Mr. Extrodin is that he's identifying the pessimism that has been created by Marvel's recent development, and what I'm hearing from BuckMeister is that Blade could save that.
Again, yes.
But here's the problem, and where I'm seeing Extrodin's pessimism come through is that he's afraid that they'll take something as an awesome IP like Blade and run it to the ground, which they can and they have. Don't forget, about all of you, I'm the biggest Star Wars fan. I know what happens when they take a quote-unquote foolproof IP and then they run it to the ground.
And then they load armor-piercing rounds into it, into a gun and shoot at it.
My thing is, if they can just get writers who care about the source material, a director who cares, like, just get people who care. Like, this is not
the
like...
ingredients are there. The ingredients are there, BuckMeister. You are absolutely right. When you take an egg, you mix it with milk, and the other side you got flour, leavening, and not leavening, baking powder, salt, and sugar. Mix it together with the eggs and milk, and you put it into the oven. You get a cake. It's the same recipe, no matter how many times you can put some chocolates in it. You can put some raisins in it. I don't know why would you put raisins in cake. I'm looking at you, white folk. But
they put raisins in potato salad, bro.
Oh God, no! I forgot there was this one where they showed a very funny funny enough. I'm gonna go into Xmen where Storm had passed out because he said, "What? Why is Storm fainted?" Oh no, she walked into the kitchen and saw Jean Grey putting orange slices, peanuts and raisins in the potato salad. She screamed, "Bitch, what the fuck is
And let's end our Blade rant, and let's start with our Xmen.
Okay. Blade rant Kai. Anyway,
all right,
that was just the news. That was just the news that I saw floating around. Is out.
If they thought the ranting is over, we are going into episode 10, and I know BuckMeister is going to go Bankai on this moment, right?
Yeah.
Now
We'll get to it, but yeah.
Now let's begin with episode 10. I like the way it starts. It's seemingly giving a little bit of a
flashback, right?
We think it's a flashback. We get illusioned because you just see a meeting between Madness and his boyfriend. At this point, I'm not denying it's all but confirmed.
No, I think I know. Like,
I think they definitely had something. They definitely had something.
Even me, I was like, gents, like, because they're picking up in the bar, drinking together, banter back and forth. I was like, okay,
showing each other's powers, and then it clicks. Somewhere it clicks on Eric that this is a memory, and the way he's like, oh Charles, damn it.
Charlie,
the way they made that scene was quite suggestive.
Not even
Like this
quiet.
is why you bras have so much animosity with each other. Just go get a hotel,
And
Work
just
it
book
out,
it out.
just
Just
work it
get it
out.
out of your system.
like
Get it
like
over with.
the whole of mutant kind would be saved if you guys just go. Like
And then just call it the Brotherhood of the Xmen. Case closed. Once.
They just need to go to a hotel room and
like
get
more
swallowed
like
and
Morph
get
just needs
swallowed
like
in each
more
other.
like Morph just needs to go talk to Professor X and just be like, Chief, you are causing all these problems because you won't give him what he wants. Just roll your wheelchair in there and
In
you'll be
reverse.
done.
In
You
reverse.
know? Come on,
Edward.
Charles. I want to get swallowed into.
Oh, God.
Yes, Magnus.
Enough.
my
Be
goodness.
swallowed in me, Magnus. Be swallowed.
Damn.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm serious. I'm being serious now. No,
So-
but honestly, that scene, it wasn't even. Some scenes are ambiguous in what they're trying to hint at. They're trying to leave themselves a way out, a way open.
Some innuendo.
Yeah, so they just throw a little innuendo, but they don't really follow up on it, type of thing. But that one, I was like, no, marma ba jola musbanova. Ba ba jola ba no ba ba
No,
jola.
the shippers were having a great time. I'll tell you that.
No, Sheva. So that's just that opening scene alone, and so Tebello, your theory has come to life. You have been vindicated.
I've been saying this entire time. I've been holding that flag for years, like bah.
Kana, who's the captain from Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Why did I forget his name now?
Captain Holt.
Captain Holt. Literally, this is you've got your Captain Holt moment. English. You have gotten your Captain Holt moment. Vindication.
R.I.P. man.
Hey, R.I.P. man.
I am so happy right now.
I'm ecstatic. The best part was almost pretending you are straight. Like, I'll pretend that I'm straight. I love women with their big, heavy breasts.
Tangent.
That guy was such a great actor. Anyway, getting back into it. So yeah, we get to see the flashback, and then thingy Magnus figures it out. He gets pissed, and then like Charles is like, "Alright, then okay, I'm done talking now." Ultimate
You made me do
combo!
Control Alt Delete. That was all I just saw. Went into I need administration authorization of this mind. Access granted. Okay,
Empty recycled bin.
Out.
Hey, guys, just a side note. Have you ever seen some of those fighting games with Professor X where they have his chair, like he fights with his chair?
Doesn't his chair have lasers or something like that?
I don't know. Like in some continuities, he has telekinesis,
I've seen it.
like Jean Grey.
No, TK, in the old X-Men cartoon, wasn't he fighting like a sentinel, all guns blazing and missiles, and if I remember correctly?
No, I mean the other one I saw
levitating.
is the Ultimate Comics where he was levitating with his chair. So I don't know if but it's not part of his power set from what I know. Anyway. Yeah, but I'm saying, he shot at him with the Kamehameha of the mind, and basically
he defragmented his mind.
Yeah.
He went all Eno on it.
Yeah.
And then basically Magneto couldn't remember who he was.
No, he fried him, and at the same time, that's what
he fried his motherboard, bruh.
And then that's when the Sentinels woke up, and you think, oh wait, is the situation on Earth any better? Nope, they're all captured. I was like, girl, Storm, what are you doing?
This is where part one of this is part one. Storm,
girl,
you don't need your hands to summon lightning. You can literally just do it.
Dude.
You just need your brain. You just think it.
I think
no, they should have put an inhibitor collar on her. That would have made more sense.
That would make no sense.
Just shatter all of the Sentinels. First off, I'm pissed that you went down to a regular Sentinel. I was like,
exactly.
You were handling these Sentinels no problem. I don't understand why they're a problem now. Lord, no. Lightning strike the Sentinels, and then you can go save Ford. Ford can figure himself out. Come on.
Why does Storm have to announce it before she strikes? Why does she have to
And
do
it's always a little
Yes.
poem. I am the wind. I
something,
am the
man.
thunder. I like. Hey, hey,
You know,
Joe. Like,
TK, you mentioned something I've always been. You
like, what the
mentioned
hell?
something that also doesn't make sense in all of these shonen. And why are you mentioning Rasengan? It's just take it
Yeah.
out. Just
do it.
attack. Like,
And
No,
you know
but
what?
the thing
that's
is,
one thing.
Naruto has a confirmed hit though. Like when he says Rasengan, usually he's making contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody else, they're missing. Like I don't know why Storm is giving speeches, and like the other
And-
thing is also from the last episode where she was making a tornado, and I'm like, for Sentinels, they can see you. Just
Exactly.
hit them with the lightning. But anyway, here she's bound and she's talking
wait.
to Bastion, and I'm like, Storm, you like the character I know that I've read about. She doesn't have conversations here. Not when
Yeah.
she's captured. No, when she's captured, it's go time, Baba. So go. Anyway, I'm done. That's part one.
I just wanted to a quick caveat. The one time when Naruto used the Rasengan without talking, he missed. I just wanted to
come
let you
on,
know.
man.
Maybe Storm is exactly the same.
Do you know? I'll give you. I'll
No,
even
Storm
give
is
you
the opposite. When she doesn't talk, she has 100% kill rate.
Yeah.
Like in that first episode, bring the show him the forecast. She didn't say nothing.
Oh
Bah!
no, she did. She did talk. She did
No,
talk.
I mean she talked, but she wasn't
She
talking when
did
the
a
lightning
short
came
poem
down.
though.
She did a speech about that, like strike down.
Yeah, but I'm saying
the
when she
symbols of
was
hatred.
done, when the lightning came, instant kill, she was quiet. She didn't talk when the
Also,
lightning was coming.
Who's listening though? Who is she talking to? The Sentinels?
There's this TikTok
She's
that
talking
says
to
if one-
she's a goddess.
if-
She's talking to the elements.
I
If
guess.
there's one thing that makes you laugh is like this person was saying, like, if you want to find out if your kid's gay or not, ask him what X-Men powers he wants. And if he says Storm, you just know he's he must be, because Storm is the only one who had a conversation with the powers. Like, oh, you're having a situation like this? How about winds from the Arctic?
You know, the only thing that makes sense is like in Bleach when they're taking out the Shikai, rise from the ashes, whatever. Like that for me, like kind of makes sense.
Because like
And
you're
everybody
calling
else.
you're calling your power, so it
And
makes
the
sense.
only one person in that anime who has to use the name of his attack is Ichigo. If you pay attention. Because Zangetsu told him, the difference between you knowing its name and you not knowing its name is different. And now I'm like, you know its name, Ichigo. You don't have to call it out every time. Ichigo. Like, I know, forget. Getsuga!
If you thought Naruto was spamming with the Rasengan and the Kage Bunshin, wait till you watch Ichigo. One hit, nje. Getsuga!
That guy, yeah, he only has one move. Dog, if it works, it works. But anyway, back to this. So yeah, I'm mad about that. But anyway,
Yeah.
so Bastion is.
But that's a failing of right. Sorry, just before we can. That's a failing of writing. That's where you see sometimes people do this where, like, Storm is very powerful, and we know that she can kill Sentinels by herself. So now, I don't know whether it was a time constraint thing or because as you said, all it needed was they put a collar on her, and we understand why she couldn't do all the things. But
or hear me out. Or
she went to look for Forge.
No. I was about to give an example about why she was using the tornado instead of the
No.
lightning.
I wasn't going about that.
I just wanted theory to run past you, right? Or they have just added this little scene beforehand that could have just made us understand. If they just let us know that Magneto's EMP blast is affecting her ability to channel lightning as well, it could have then explained it a little more.
Young Justice would have done something like that.
It should have done a little more, just giving the hint.
That could have worked as well because
if you pay attention,
the magnetism also does affect the weather, so that could make sense.
Yeah, because my thing is
also
with
remember,
this whole show. Sorry, finish.
Now,
and remember, all you need is just say some scientific things that don't make sense, and you're like, oh,
that sort of makes sense. Yeah.
You just say like, oh, my lightning cannot work because I can't find true north, whatever, and because the true north polarity is unpolarized. So we don't really understand, but we have like, okay,
we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it because
We'll
A
take
has
it.
happened, B can't happen. Like that.
And then at the
Because
same
my
time,
problem is, as a Storm fan, I just want to know, outside of that episode 1, what else did she do? Outside of that one lightning strike where she started creating glass in the desert and getting her new suit, what has Storm contributed?
Well, I mean, there's also the court thing in episode 2, but
yeah, but like that's where she takes her biggest L and gets hit by the laser that takes her powers.
But before that, she did something.
I mean, Storm is an omega. She's an omega level. You know.
Yeah, she's on omega level. And here's the problem.
Treat her like.
Let's even just compare it to Rogue. Let's compare it to Rogue. Storm's contributions in action compared to Rogue. Yeah. Who did more? Who got more feats?
No, Rogue
is kicking. I mean, Rogue is kicking butt.
Yeah. Let's not even
Jubilee was like
Jubilee.
And Storm was there. Storm was there before Jubilee, from what I remember.
And look, Jubilee's still coming into her powers. Like her powers still look like fireworks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying, for me as a Storm fan, it's just kind of like Like, I get comic book stupidity. Yeah. I've seen it all the time. But you have to give them something, okay? Yeah. Like, you have to let them do something, and then you can nerf them later. So I can at least go, okay. But like, one moment from episode 1, come on, guys.
But also make the nerfing. I think my problem with this thing is make the nerfing make sense. Like, if let's say she just got her powers back. So then say something like, yes, my powers are back, but the serum is still in my system, and I'm fighting it. You know, like that's why that's why now I can't kill a sentinel in one shot. That would have made sense. Like the point I was trying to make is, if you're gonna nerf someone, make it make sense. Even if you give some foolish explanation that you just put together, that you just put like a couple of scientific words that make sense in your own mind but not in reality. Make it make sense so that we can follow, because now we pissed off. You're like, but because one, Storm doesn't need her hands to use her power. Storm literally, it's a mind thing, it's a spirit thing with Storm. So if I'm holding Storm, she can still kill me with her, she can tornado me, she can lightning me, she can freeze me, she can whatever element she feels like using at that point in time. But if you tell me the serum is still affecting her, or we put a collar on her, then I know, okay, that's why she couldn't kill a sentinel that she one-shotted before. And that was the point I was just making. And I think, that's literally about 10 seconds of
dialogue.
Of dialogue or footage.
Yeah.
Sometimes that isn't, like, depending on what it is. If
Beast
the color,
Beast could just explain that in like 3 seconds. Beast could just say, Aurora cannot use her full powers because of 1, 2, 3 done.
Yeah, done.
But on the bigger scale, which I wanted to shout out with regards to BuckMeister, 2 things about his arguments that I just want to confirm, and then I want to provide a little perspective, right? Storm's character arc here was her going from a self-denial of her powers to self-acceptance of her powers. That's basically her whole journey arc. So she wanted to feel like she admits to Jean Grey she just wanted to be a normal person at some point. She gets the opportunity to cure herself, but then her mental block is still keeping her from accessing her powers. And then we've got the gigantic chicken owl thing molesting her.
Yeah, I hear you, but like the thing.
So I'm not done. Let me finish quickly.
Sharp.
I just wanted to ask. So that's what they wrote in terms of her story arc for her character in this particular arc. What pisses me off is that arc ended just after she learned about Genosha. And the Storm I know would have flown straight to Genosha to help. Because she has done her character arc. There was nothing else left. So there were episodes of mute. And that's the part that didn't make sense to me. She got her powers back. Genosha was a mess. She learns from it in the news. the X-Men fly there. I would have been on route, guys. I'm tired. Okay, like Bama left. You know what I mean? I'm not strong enough yet. Let me fly to the mansion. Where the guys? They're flown to Genosha. Oh no, I'm too late. You know what I mean? Give her some more dialogue as the season continues. There are other characters doing other crazy stuff. We meet them. Nightcrawler.
I think the 2 episodes after she got her powers back, she wasn't there. She wasn't there for like 2 episodes.
There. And that's what I found a bit painful, that she should have been there. She should have been doing something. You're not going to tell me she spent the entire day snogging it up with Forge in the middle of the desert after she found out such a terrible thing happened, by Sentinels no less, in Genosha. You can't tell me, you can't expect me to believe that.
No, but I'm saying outside of that, man, like, because the other thing is it's twofold. We're debating screen time and we're debating action.
Yes.
Like, if you're going to take away her screen time, give her some action. Like, just a quick aside note, Incredibles 2, one of the things that annoyed me about that movie is that they continuously nerfed Mr. Incredible. Like, he was not as strong as he was in Incredibles 1, and nobody could understand why. Like, he was losing fights, and everybody goes, oh, you don't like it because the woman is... I'm not saying give Mr. Incredible more screen time. Make the screen time he has effective. That's it. Like Dash. He was slower in Incredibles 2 for some reason. Make the screen time he has effective. If the women are the forefront, that's fine. But the screen time that you give these guys, the actions that you write for these guys, let them be effective. Same thing with Storm. Fine, I get it. It's not a Storm show, it's an X-Men show. It's an ensemble cast. I'm not going to get to see Storm all the time the way I want, which is part of my problem with the X-Men in general anyway, but fine. Let her be powerful in the moments that she's in on screen. Let her be effective in the moments that she's in on screen. And when you nerf her, you've given her something that I can go back to YouTube and go watch instead of just one moment in season 1. That's all I'm saying.
It also just feels like fans service here, because it's like they just had to force now the Phoenix coming in.
And that annoyed the hell out of me too. I was like,
there was no reason. There was no reason to have that. If
no, this was some shonen. This was some shonen. I was like,
can someone answer that call? Can someone answer that phone, because I called it? Didn't I say that the last episode the Phoenix is coming back? Because I just saw how many Phoenix references were being made at the beginning sequence of this thing. But the problem, I was thinking that the Phoenix is going to come back and it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Like, it was going to take Cable to say, you know what, to acknowledge that you are my mom type of level of shit. Like, mom, don't kill everyone type of thing. And they're like, oh shit, I'm killing everyone again. I was waiting for that level of Dark Phoenix. Not, okay, I'm back. Slap this guy to the ground.
Like, it was Super Saiyan for a moment, and then the Phoenix was just like, peace out, I'm done. And I was like, God damn, you don't want to stay and help and like.
I mean, and then he grabs, and then he lobotomizes Dr. Sinister basically. Yeah. And here's another part that grabbed me. I was hoping that Morph would land a hit.
Why did he hit him?
I was like, when he said like, what am I? Then he looked at him, was like, this is how you look like. And he's like, oh no, I don't like spin kick or something. Like,
that's my thing.
Also, why didn't they just arrest him? I know he's old and shit now. Like, do something. Why are you letting this guy go?
You guys were okay to drop Bolivar Trask off a building, but you don't want to, like, nobody said we can take Daman out the game. Nobody wanted to take Mr. Sinister out the game.
I think the more we talk about this scene, the more I'm realizing that there might have been rewrites.
That's why I'm just like, you see, we can see there's a clear line for when Bodemar was involved and when Bodemar had left. He was not in this thing for the whole season. There are parts where you can just see them. Here they were laughing up now, and you can see here the delicate.
The way he handled Storm though.
The notes that he left behind there are some that they followed and some that they didn't. And chief among them, I think they should have made sure that Morph knocked the snot right out of Dr. Sinister at that moment in time.
Old man or not?
Yeah, like, no, because guys, have you forgotten what Sinister did to
Genosha?
Yeah, I mean, he tortured him, like.
No, I'm just saying with Morph
Not just morph. I'm saying
Yeah.
he's responsible for Genosha.
I get that.
And he did it for thrills and kicks.
You know, I get all of that, but let's forget there's a personal animosity between Sinister and Morph.
And Morph, yeah.
And for someone
That's
to
true.
say, for him to walk up to his torture subject and just say, how do I look? And he just, okay, you look like an old fart. Ha 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 ha.
Because also that's what's the word?
Like I'm saying, it's
catharsis.
twofold.
A Catholic catharsism.
I understand that he's responsible for Genosha. Don't get me wrong. And I understand that someone out there was supposed to administer the finishing blow. I get that too. But what I get is that you imagine, I don't know how to put it into context, right? Let's say you've been tortured by Hitler your entire life. And then you have the one chance for Hitler, wounded and broken, walking up to you. And then the man who's been torturing you your entire life, he just says, no, you're done for, ha, 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 moving on with my life. Yeah, everyone else is going to kill him, sure, but then you, who have been tortured by that man personally, wouldn't you want to take a gun and shoot him at that moment in time?
Look, I mean, to be fair, we've seen stuff like that in real life where people have looked their torturers in the face and have let them go and all of that stuff. I'm just saying that from what I know of the X-Men in particular, especially from what they showed us earlier, there's no way they just let this guy waddle off in jail. Like that's not what would happen. Like Storm would have pulled she would have used her powers like it was the Force and she's Darth Vader and she would have like bent the oxygen out of his lungs or something. Like there's no way he can just waddle past all of them.
Out of nowhere, Storm would know airbending. You just see her doing the Zahi movement.
You'd probably know some earth bending, putting in a sand jail.
I think the thing is like he got off too easy. He got off too easy from what we've seen with other people and other people in this show. Like other people in this show, like Gyrick got it bad. Like he was held up in a wall, and basically, like Rogue was like, I want you, I need you, and I'm gonna take it. Like that's what Rogue did to. That's what Rogue did to Gyrick.
And no,
but also Cable felt useless at that point. Like
there's Cable felt useless, and then let's not forget the many terrible and scary things the Phoenix has done to other people.
Yeah, I mean, why didn't the Phoenix just finish him off,
Yeah, I was like, the things about the Phoenix. I mean, I remember that one time there was this person who tried to manipulate Jean Grey, and in response, the Phoenix literally took his mind and spread it evenly throughout the entire universe. He lobotomized this man. So now imagine that's the Phoenix for you. Now you're gonna tell me the Phoenix is gonna look at this person who Jean says that's my baby. That's just he's going to try and kill. And the Phoenix
also, now that they're talking, you're mentioning this. It's like before this whole scene that happened in the last episode. Yeah. You guys find out that Jean Grey was kidnapped and she was cloned, and you guys don't do anything about it. Just chill still. Like y'all don't go to attack Mr. Sinister. Y'all don't go and y'all just chill.
I mean, Extrodin, to be fair, dog, there's a lot of stuff happening. Like
Asteroid M. BuckMeister, no ways. No,
I'm saying that Asteroid M.
No, not with this one, dog.
No, I'm
Your
saying, dog,
teammate was kidnapped, my man, for months.
I'm saying by the time they figure it out, Asteroid M is happening and all of that stuff is happening. Now I'm saying in that moment where they had him, all of that stuff should have come up again.
Yeah.
Where everybody remembers everything Sinister is responsible for, and we should have just had remember in the Snyder Cut, the end of the Snyder Cut, where basically the Justice League turned into a gang mob and they all just stomp out what's his face? Yeah, they all just stomp out Steppenwolf. At some point they're playing like tennis with this man, where like Flash is like, I'm gonna hit him here, and then Aquaman is here, and then what's this, Wonder Woman is like, yeah, slam dunk or whatever. That's basically what should have happened. Yeah. It should have been like 5 minutes of the like Bastion, hold on, if it will come. You
like like I would also want Moff to like look at this face. This is the last face they're gonna see alive, and then Wolverine shank him. Cause he's done it before. Like
Anyway, yeah, he just got off too easy. Now here's my problem with the Phoenix Force. It came in for Sinister and then it bounced.
And it left Bastion.
Makes no sense.
It came in because Cable was crying for his mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Mama! But the one who made him cry was Bastion. And like the Phoenix Force was just like, alright, I'm done. I was like, you need to stay.
like Jin, weren't you drowning? And if you were drowning, like, why don't you just defeat the person that was drowning all along? Like,
why not?
There's a lot of like the.
This is the most Dragon Ball Z episode.
The plot holes in this thing are so huge. An 18-wheeler can drive through them. So,
no, please, sweetie, these plot holes are the size of Kenya. Anyway,
it's a Dragon Ball Z episode. That's how I took it. Like when stuff happens in Dragon Ball Z, and you're like, but why? Yeah.
And you're just like, hey, stuff happened.
I guess it was a watered down Phoenix because it came with water.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See what you did there.
You get it. The punchline, dog.
Yes.
Mars.
Yeah.
So Bastion comes up. He's so super extra emo. You know what makes me laugh? Or rather, what shows the hypocrisy of this entire moment? Bastion is a mutant for all intents and purposes, and he's just proven to. And I think that's what he realized more or less. Like it's a mutant that's who's become the biggest problem you're facing. It's not necessarily humanity.
Mm.
Like the calls from inside the house, sweetie. And here he goes. He de-arms, and I mean when he goes and removes Cable's arm. What happened to the Phoenix then? It's like, again? Out of like the Phoenix would have returned from wherever. It's like, whoops, I'm needed again.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dog, it's exactly too early.
And then there he goes, upgrading himself, and then takes off to the skies. And then we had that beautiful speech about tolerance is extinction, which I know people like to think I'm so glad people are not Thanosing this speech.
Oh God!
Because you know what I'm talking about Thanosing this speech, like Thanos, #Thanos was right.
Yeah, #Bastion was right or whatever. Oh God!
Because when I heard that speeches, I was thinking, if this isn't the biggest pile of bullshit I've ever had in my life. This bullshit could not be more bullshittier than if his face turned into a bull's ass, lifted his tail, and then spewed it all over the screen. That's how much BS.
Shout out to the voice actor. Like the voice actor's performance almost makes you believe it, but you think about it for 1 second and you're like, brah.
Theo James.
Yeah.
I think
what did he say?
Theo James.
Yeah, it's Theo James. What did he say?
Well, I can look it up for you guys quickly, because and I know one of the most epic bad guy speeches that came out of the season. I could rank it right there. There's another speech that comes from Adventure Time. There's the Lich speech. You know it?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Who have you actually watched?
I should actually take some time out. I've watched like some of it, but like it never stuck with me. But I actually should take some time out and like check it out for real.
Yeah,
like,
thing I watched when it was on, but I never made the time to watch it. There's I'd be like, oh, it's 5:00 Adventure Time.
No, there's a moment where remember the Lich is gets trapped in the body of a young child.
Yeah.
And there's a part where the child gets bullied by these people who are supposed to be his mentors, and the Lich snaps and takes over him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just see his eyes widen and it's like, and then it's like, I have learned much from you, my teachers. Thank you. And now it is time for your education. And then you just hear the most smoothest voice that guy. He's voiced by the same guy who voices the first Hellboy. I forget his name.
Ron Perlman.
And that the smoothness of the deep voice when he says in the beginning of time, before there was anything, there was nothing. And before that, there were monsters. And you just see a whole valley of monsters beneath these guys watching this thing, and you just see a gigantic version of the lich come up from the background. It's like, here's your gold star. Beautiful speech, but still doesn't exclude the fact that it's still a whole lot of nonsense. And that's how I felt with this one.
Same thing here. No, that's how I felt about like Thanos when he was telling me about how, yes, I plan to balance the scales and everything. It's like, dog, you have a reality stove. You can just make more resources. I don't know what you're trying to.
Thanos has just got a murder fetish. Let's be honest.
But that's what happens when you take away from the source. Because if we knew that he was actually just doing it to send more bodies to his baddie that he's got a crush on, then we would have been like,
I don't think they would have done that though in the MCU.
No, I think it fits. I just think the people who were trying to say no, because remember, it's twofold. Like they did try to rewrite Thanos in the comics. It kind of works, but the point is that this bra is not right in the head. Just because it's Josh Brolin giving a smooth soliloquy or something and talking about how balanced in all things. Yeah, no, he's a villain. He's not right. Like he's insane. Like
no, but also if you think about it, Endgame. No, not Endgame. Infinity War was written to make Thanos the main character of that movie. Because he's the one that goes everywhere. He's the one that fights all of the Avengers from different places.
He's the POV character. He's the POV character if you look at it. But I'm saying, even if you listen to the speeches he gives in Infinity War, you're like, I thought about it for 2 seconds and I was like,
that don't make sense. Run from it, deny it. You could not live with your own failures. What has it led you back to me? It's like,
dude, how do you know? You weren't even there. You just came back from the past.
No, but like also, bruh, if there's time travel, you really don't think I'm gonna run it back? if I lost to you and like half the universe is extinct, and I'm like, oh, I can go back in time and beat you, like, of course. But anyway, moving on.
So
I think we need to move on.
So we see Mr. Bastion decide to upgrade himself to an outfit that kind of looks like what many people are referencing. No, he was referencing Onslaught. If you pay attention to the getter, you know who Onslaught is.
Yeah. The baby of Magneto and Xavier when Xavier loses it or something.
Yeah, so he kind of looks like that, but not like that. And then and then he says, "Oh, look, he's coming to you guys," and the messaging is like he's the future, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and he couldn't stop it. I was thinking, Storm, honey, you can fly. Jean.
Like, I swear these writers forget what these people can do in moments.
No, and then somebody gets like a power up because like at some point Jubilee is going one-on-one with Bastion. Everybody was getting waxed, and she does the most damage. And I'm like, dog, are the animators Jubilee fans? What's like?
But
made no sense, bro.
I know there are many bad points about this episode because we get to see. First, I saw T'Challa. I thought I saw T'Challa, and I was like,
wow. Okay.
I was like, that is.
Do I do it now? Do I do it now?
And I like the fact that at that scene, you could just see that is Black Panther at his short-tempered. I don't have time for this nonsense. These guys are literally knocking on his glass, and he just like, "Pa, let's go." I was like, okay, yeah. Shout out to all the other heroes. Omega Red was there.
Yeah.
He was doing something noble for a change.
The Silver Samurai.
And people were fighting. People were like, you could see this was now a worldwide event. Then
Peter Parker, Daredevil.
Daredevil was there. Yeah.
Everybody was doing their part.
Cloak and Dagger, yeah. Cloak and Dagger. Sorry, I wanted to say Hawk and Dove. That's DC.
And then we get to see, we also see that now Professor X is doing his best to try and defragment the fragmented mind. You know, he was not defragmenting it manually. You remember back in the good old days? Okay, some of you kids are still young. I'm looking at you, BuckMeister. Yeah, you don't remember the time where we had Windows 98 and there's the option of defragmenting your
Pentium
computer.
2.
Hey, damn, when you hit a Pentium 2, you are the man.
Yeah, back in the days.
And you needed to defragment your computer so it can still be optimal, can behave optimally. And defragmenting your computer would take hours.
Yep.
Hours. You would sit there, it would be something you'd last the whole day just watching these things go. And that's exactly how I felt like watching Charles like, no, I'm going to fix my boyfriend's mind. I'd rather die than live without him. Like, if he dies and you're still there, oh, Xavier, you're going to go like, I'd rather do that. Shame. What am I supposed to live for?
This is one of the times where I say rewriting from the source material is slightly superior, because in the original comic book, like when he goes in, like Xavier's whole goal is just to like basically lobotomize Magneto, like no holds barred, I don't care, like. So, like, that's the thing. Like, there's a weird disconnect between Charles Xavier in the comic books and Charles Xavier in, like, the movies and the cartoons.
Yeah,
like,
because
everybody who goes to the comic books, they're just like, this is the guy?
No, the comic books Charles is a douchebag. Comic book Charles, I've seen people in a podcast, they've actively compared Charles Xavier's parenting skills to Batman. And that's saying a lot. And I've seen people who.
Hey, Batman don't abandon his kids.
No. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know one kid. I know one kid in particular who felt pretty much abandoned.
What did he say about that?
But did he abandon the kid though?
Did he?
Which one?
He's not a good father, but he doesn't abandon them though.
You know, he went crazy, he put on a red hood, he started decapitating gangsters.
No, remember, Dog thought he was dead, one.
Yeah.
Dog thought he was dead, one. Okay, look, if you want to talk about Batman putting...
But also, the Red Hood was pissed off that Batman didn't kill the Joker, not that he felt abandoned.
Yes.
Or that he replaced him in a week?
Well, again...
No, but that was Tim... wait, are you talking about Azazel or are you talking about... No.
If you're talking about Tim forced issues.
Or are you talking about Tim? Because Tim brought himself there. He's the one that said, "No, I'm coming through."
So let's not talk about Batman being.
No, but the guy's dead. What do you expect Batman to do?
No,
Jason is dead.
And also on top of that, in the comic books, Batman was wiling. Like the reason why Tim joins him is because he sees that Batman is losing it. Like there's a point where he almost killed somebody and he didn't feel anything about it. And Tim was like, "Oh, red alert!" So because like the thing is like to curb the darkness, I guess Batman has to remember, I'm still in front of a kid, so I'm showing him all these horrible things. I can't be horrible as well, which Anyway, I think he's a better dad than Charles. That's all I'm saying.
Charles just has a nice calm voice.
Yeah. So comic book Charles is a douchebag. Don't get it wrong. Cartoon Charles and movie Charles, especially old Patrick Stewart Charles, Chef's Kiss.
Yeah, but wait. Let's not. It depends on which version you're talking about, because the Logan version of Charles is not.
Sorry.
Because he killed the entire X-Men.
Disclaimer,
but that wasn't his fault. He's had a tumor.
Disclaimer: I've never watched Logan.
What?
And I will watch Logan. There is no army on earth. You can come to my doorstep with the entire army of Mordor, orcs, wargs, fell beasts, balrogs, dragons, urukais, and everything, and I will still not watch Logan.
Personally, I think that was his best performance.
Okay, why? Why won't you watch Logan?
Why do you watch a movie that has a bad ending? I ain't got time for that.
Oh, you don't want to cry? Okay, we get it.
What? For the emotional.
I did cry, so I haven't watched it since.
And
you haven't watched it.
I have watched it, but I watched it once. I don't watch sad movies on repeat.
And then for you to tell me that And then like Linkin Park comes in the end. In the end, it doesn't even matter because rewind. What was this all about? What? Don't make. So I'm not gonna watch that. So yeah.
Anyway,
So
I guess let's
It's
move
a
on.
great
So
movie,
yeah,
though,
Bastion.
if you
Yeah,
ever do.
so Bastion comes to space, and look, as much as you can criticize many parts of this episode, one of my favorite parts is when Rogue said the words, his name was Gambit.
Oh, and then
Remember the name. That beat down. I was like, yeah, in space.
Oh, but also, I think we'll need to mention that the president was also contemplating on the Magneto protocols.
And
Okay,
that's
sorry,
why
I need to jump in here.
BuckMeister, I choose you.
Okay. First off and foremost, what does Cap say? First he comes in and he's like, Robert, if you vote yes, you must hope that they with their history books instead of their Bibles, for only history can be called into forgiving us. King T'Chaka is right. King T'Chaka. Hold on. So you telling me when Parker is Spider-Man, when Tony Stark is Iron Man, when Doctor Strange is why am I forgetting his name now?
Strange.
No. Doctor Strange's name.
Oh, sorry.
Stephen Strange. When Stephen Strange is Sorcerer
because there's
Supreme,
Hugo, there's Victor, and then there's Stephen. Oh my god.
Yeah, those are other strangers. Anyway, when Stephen Strange is Stephen Strange and he's doing the magic and all of that stuff. When Matt Murdock is Daredevil. When Victor Von Doom is Victor Von Doom. The Black Panther is T'Chaka?
Damn it! Calm down.
The Black Panther is T'Chaka.
That felt on purpose.
It felt it felt like it's someone in the writing desk of that office. I felt like somebody personally hates BuckMeister. They've just been looking at your tweets for all these years, and I'm thinking, and I think they should have paused. I think at that moment they should have paused and like, that's for you, BuckMeister.
It felt personal.
Honestly.
It felt so personal. I'm not even gonna lie, because the thing is, man, when I saw the cameo initially, I was like even tweeting, T'Challa is back, boy. Yeah. T'Challa in a cartoon. Then somebody's like, it's not him. And I was like,
because
no.
even the Dora Milaje is the Dora Milaje. Like, it's the people that we know.
No, it's like they're like, no. And then after that, I went and I saw the rest of the scene, and I saw he had great temples, and I'm like, oh my god. And then Steve says like, you guys gotta understand this show has been using so much source material from 616 to make these things happen. Everything here has been a 616 reference. Daredevil's costume, 616 reference. All the cameos we saw, 616 references. I don't care that it's supposed to be its own universe where it's 9231. Why is it that they're respecting source material? Like, it's like they're respecting source material for the X-Men, which they're supposed to, right? But why is it now that they want to start remixing the Black Panther source material? We even saw Peter Parker with Mary Jane, guys. Peter Parker was there with Mary Jane. How is it that they can get that right? They can get that right, but they can't get the Black Panther. They can't get, like, Marvel has decided with this entire franchise they can do whatever they want across mediums. Azuri is not even Azuri in Marvel 1943. Cap has the round shield. Why? Because he's supposed to get the vibranium from Wakanda. Now T'Chaka is Black Panther when it's supposed to be T'Challa. Like, this is why recast T'Challa is so freaking important, because it's starting to affect him across mediums for no reason. No one can justify to me why this was not T'Challa. And then somebody goes,
they're Cyclopsifying.
And then now the director came out and he was like, well, it's the 90s, so T'Challa was technically a kid. How, Sway? How?
And how is it the 90s?
It's because it was Civil War. It's because it was Civil War, and in Civil War, T'Chaka was still the.
But T'Challa was not a kid in the.
No, MCU. I get you, but what I'm saying is,
man, where's this kid coming from?
He's using MCU logic, not comic book logic.
No, but I'm saying even in the MCU, T'Challa is a grown man. Where is this kid coming from?
That's what I'm saying. It's still flawed in itself. But that's the logic that
on top of that, I don't understand. I don't buy the argument that this was in the 90s, blah blah blah, because the show itself referenced itself things that happened in the past were in the 90s. Like you kept on saying, Sinister. You've been losing to this guy since '92, and they're like, yeah, but you've been losing too. Yeah, but I've evolved since then. What happened to that evolution?
Like, guys, stop trying to tell me T'Chaka now has a fan base all of a sudden. Stop lying. Stop this thing of now, oh, we're going to push T'Chaka. No. In the X-Men 92 show, in the cameo, when Magneto was in Africa, is T'Challa. Okay? We know this. Like, stop trying to gaslight me to my face like I'm stupid. Like, stop, like, dog, I know what I'm saying.
You know what hurts the most? What hurts the most is the people thinking that the T'Challa fans aren't as widespread in the MCU fandom as they think they are. T'Challa is huge, guys. Don't sell us this lie. It's as if they didn't learn their lesson from X-Men when they were dicking around with Cyclops and Rogue. Because this is like character assassination. They fixed one character at the expense of another, and this other character is huge.
You know what I think this is?
Mm-hmm.
It's creatives thinking on behalf of the people.
Yeah.
And when I use T'Challa, no, but in the movies it's Shuri now. Okay, let's not use both of them. Let's rather use their father.
Yeah.
I've been finding the hell
That's only how it went.
But also that also still doesn't make sense because, like you said, if it's a different time, that means T'Challa's still alive in that time. This isn't when he passed away in Wakanda forever. So it still doesn't make sense that it's T'Chaka.
No, like I said, the MCU timeline.
No, I'm just saying if they're using it on the MCU timeline, it still doesn't make sense because remember, this is before Bucky.
It's not the MCU. It's not the MCU. Like this, let's get out of the MCU.
No,
we get this not the MCU. We're just saying that.
Listen, he's saying this is what Extrodin said. They might have used MCU timeline logic. So I'm saying even if they did that, it still doesn't make sense because this in chronologically happens before that. So it still doesn't make that's the point I was making. So I'm reaffirming that it still doesn't make sense that it's a T'Chaka because whatever timeline you say it is, it's still T'Challa.
You know what I like about Mr. Extrodin? Mr. Extrodin always goes into try to figure out the psyche that led him to the people making a stupid ass decision.
Yeah.
In that way, we try and figure out what not to do. Because he's trying to find what made this stupid decision happen in the first place. And yes, it is a stupid ass decision.
Because to them they're thinking people don't read comics. People are only familiar with the characters from the movies. So let's use the movie logic.
Yeah, so that's a nice way of framing how they got to this stupid decision.
And now I take it back to recast T'Challa. I knew the movies were going to affect other mediums. I knew it. I saw this happening because that's how it always happens.
Do you know how many times people were trying to come to me and trying to explain character origin lore based on the movies, and we know things from the comics that ain't like that? For years, people were telling me, no, Spider-Man doesn't have web shooters. It comes out naturally. It's like... Y'all never read a comic book in your life, haven't you?
No, never.
Y'all never watched the cartoons, didn't you? But it's
difficult arguing with people at the moment because everyone is trying.
Using movie logic, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, because movie logic, and that's why we talk about this whole thing about movie film intelligence or something like that.
MCU synergy.
Yeah. The problem is movies being the most accepted form of media is the most accepted form of educating the masses. That's why I've lost count of the amount of time historians have always been arguing. Please, whatever you do, if you're going to make a life adaptation of something that happened in history, please stick to the original source material. Yeah. People were pissed off. They were pulling off their hairs when they watched that whole the Pearl Harbor movie. and they made it this romantic lovey-dovey nonsense.
Right,
And
look,
they were
there is poetic license. We can't deny that.
No, I get that. Poetic license is deserving in the film industry, but then you need to give people the ability to be able to use their mind.
Yeah, like you should still respect the source of what you're adapting.
100%.
There'll always be poetic license. Some things won't always fit seamlessly in a movie. That's given. But when you make a movie like Pearl Harbor, and then you make it into this love triangle, and then you involve characters that weren't even in a love triangle or even anywhere near the Doolittle raid, and you put them into this Doolittle raid, and then you make them part and parcel of this raid that happened. But you guys don't understand just how important the Doolittle raid was and how impactful it was and how big it was. You don't get that feeling. You get to see that these people, Barry, they went this far, then they were, no, we'll take a shot left. And every single historian has to go and teach everyone who's like, oh, did you hear this and this happened in history? And every historian has to say, no, that's a lie. You saw that in the movie. It didn't happen in real life. And you know how irritating that is? I
can imagine.
I can very much relate. I can relate from the Black Panther aspect to that. Yes. Okay, like this is fiction and reality. So obviously the Pearl Harbor thing is more serious. Like, do your research. Don't just listen to movies. Same thing with Oppenheimer. All of that stuff. Like you have to remember, they made that stuff with entertainment in mind. There's a lot of detail that they skipped to go do your own research. But coming back to Black Panther, I cannot tell you how many times I have heard that, oh, Shuri's the genius. T'Challa just wears a suit. Oh, no. T'Challa can't fight. He's not that good. He was just a guy who wore the mantle or whatever. Like, it's just a mantle. It's just a costume. The story is about Black Panther. It's not about T'Challa specifically, even though
Killmonger is T'Challa's cousin. Hey, listen, it's just movie logic.
Dog, I'm just saying, I'm like,
Mbaku's the good guy suddenly. Everybody loves Mbaku.
How are you debating me on something I've been reading for 15 years?
Yeah.
For 15 years, I've been reading this thing. You want to tell me, no, Shuri is like this. I'm like, Chief, no. They made a hard retcon in the comics because they thought that it worked in the movies. And that's also what is happening with T'Challa. I can tell you right now, the T'Challa that we got in the MCU, outside of Civil War, they nerfed him. They took the teeth out of this character, and now it's affecting other mediums. Like, and if people want to tell me, Marvel Rivals, like people want to tell me Marvel Rivals. Well, Steve Rogers and Peter Parker are in Marvel Rivals too. So how did they get both to be in Marvel Rivals and Xmen 97, but T'Challa didn't get one? And also, you fans out there, you fans who were complaining about X-Men for years, how dare y'all have the audacity to tell me that I must relax? I must relax. For years, Fox movies, you complained for years. You guys even dared to complain that Hugh Jackman was too tall to be Wolverine. That's a legitimate complaint out there. You complained that he was too tall. You complained that Storm didn't have an accent and that she was too light-skinned in the face. You complained that Wolverine was taking all the screen time from Cyclops. You complained that Rogue couldn't fly. All she can do is touch people, and that's it. You complained that Bobby had human skin the whole time. He refused to be full-on Iceman. Complain. But now when other fandoms have issues, now it's, leave X-Men 97 alone. Why are you being so critical? It's just a 10-second cameo for some fan service. For who? Which fandom? Who's the fandom?
Which fandom was happy?
Exactly, because
who's Team T'Chaka, guys?
We don't hate T'Chaka, but like,
no, he's supposed to be dead. His whole purpose is to be the Uncle Ben to T'Challa. That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm done. Let's move on with the show. I'm done.
Okay.
Recast T'Challa.
For reals, recast T'Challa.
Yeah.
I just wanted to level with you, like the cognitive dissonance that is applied to people finding like when your fandom gets trampled on and everybody just has to relax. You're mentioning how much these characters have been nerfed.
Right.
And nothing explains how badly these characters got nerfed from the jump from Earth's Mightiest Heroes to Avengers Assembled.
Yeah.
Right.
If you looked at Earth's Mightiest Hero, Thor in Earth's Mightiest Heroes would have broken Thanos into bits and pieces by himself.
Yeah.
I mean, the island of Manhattan was carried on the back of Thor. We all forget these things. Their characters were they'll be like quote unquote so OP in the MCU, but that's how powerful these characters are supposed to be.
Yes.
Even Hulk could have really done a lot of damage to Thanos. That Hulk in that show.
Oh God, that Hulk would have killed Thanos.
Yep.
Like, I think that Hulk would have eaten the Infinity Stones right there. Like, no.
Anyway, like I'm just saying, it was very infuriating. Like, it made it hard for me to actually focus on the rest of on the finale when I watched it the first time.
But yeah, let's going forward, like the mutant protocols. Can you just go back?
It's not the mutant protocols. It's the Magneto protocols.
Sorry, I'm even messing it up now because I feel like
I find it so fascinating. There's the Magneto protocols made by the humans. In any case, they have to fight against Magneto when Magneto goes crazy because everyone is that scared of Magneto. Imagine a planet full of people like Doctor Doom, in a planet full of Baron Zemos, in a planet
with Doctor Strange.
Oh, Scarlet Witch.
No, just Doctor Strange. Like, Doctor Strange could solo Magneto anytime he wants.
Point in reference. Now, in a world of that, people are so scared of this one eco-terrorist because he's the only one who everyone knows that he actually does have a point with this argument. I remember last week when I was saying I was busy defending Charles Xavier's argument. I was not disproving Magneto's point. Humans are dangerous. They inherently don't want to share the world, and then they will go if they have the choice between hurting you or coexisting with you. The instincts will automatically go towards hurting you. There's a line that I always like saying, like, people don't want most people in the world, they don't want you to be peaceful. They want you to be harmless. Because a harmless person is
they want you to be a pacifist.
Yeah, a harmless person.
No, not a pacifist. There's a difference between being a pacifist and being harmless.
Yeah,
like, you have to understand, pacifists have teeth. Like, when you're a pacifist,
no, I get you, but they're expecting you not to show your teeth.
No. Even worse, they want you to be unable to show your teeth.
Yes.
Because the fact that you have teeth makes them uneasy. The potential for being able to enact violence.
Because I think harmless is extreme for me. But I do hear what you're saying, though.
Humanity wants all perceived threats to be harmless. And Magneto will refuse to play that game until the end of time. That's the Magneto I know. Sure, he does things to extreme. He's killed millions at this point. It's like, I'm surprised people are even redeeming him at this. I was like, the only person to redeem would be this man. It's like, because we all know why. But everyone else, I think like it's too late. Shame. Like, my aunt was in that play that far from the sky. Don't expect me to be like, oh, it's because of Genosha. I understand that, but the Magneto protocols in a world with the bigger threats.
Also, talk about the most useless protocols ever. Yeah. Like, if that's the protocols for Magneto, dog. If I was Magneto, dog, I'd be laughing in your face. Like this. That's it.
Why? No. The funniest part about those protocols, we'll get to how stupid they are later. In a world where we've got Victor Von Doom, who actively wants to take over the world, he doesn't. It's not a secret to anyone. It's the most.
Who succeeded in multiple timelines, by the way.
And don't forget, we're in the Marvel universe. The Conqueror is around the corner. Yeah. We've got Loki, who's around the corner as well.
No, Hydra.
There's Hydra. Don't forget, Hydra is actively trying to do all that nonsense. At the same time, they don't even know that Asgard might decide jiggy one day. Odin wants to take over Earth. What? Do you have protocols for that? No, we don't worry about. We don't have the Odin protocols. We don't have that. We have protocols for Magneto.
We don't have the Dormammu protocols when you open the portal in the middle of New York and demons are flying from the sky.
You don't even have a Hulk protocol.
We don't have. We don't have an apocalypse protocol. We don't have
Like, this is why the government annoys me.
No.
They want to come in with interference.
There is a Hulk protocol. That's why they've got Hulkbuster armies at Hulk level.
Yeah,
that's
Iron
Tony
Man made
Stark.
sure of that one.
No. That's Shield. That's Shield.
Iron Shield.
Tony made the Hulkbuster, but yeah, they do have.
Shield has a Hulk protocol. They do what have. The only other person who's got protocols
but also,
is
with that Hulk protocol thing, has that Hulkbuster ever really defeated the Hulk in the comics?
No, never.
All it succeeded is annoying the heck out of him.
Exactly.
So
I just wanted to say.
But if you're using movie logic, you movie fans, you will think that the Hulkbuster is superior, and it's
like it beat the Hulk. That's not the Hulk. Let's be honest. That's
no. Hey, he got sucker punched. But anyway, just getting back to this thing. Yeah, I'm just like, dog. This is why governments usually annoy me, even when it comes to the mutant stuff. Like, they annoy me because I'm just like, you bras don't know what you're dealing with, and you're trying to regulate something you do not understand at all. Like, you have no comprehension. Like, when Xavier was in there debating with the president, and like, this thing is not going to work, Xavier knows way more about Magneto than you do.
Exactly.
Anything you're going to throw at Magneto that Xavier won't throw, it is very likely it is not going to work.
Exactly. Guys, tell me, please, tell me, please. Tell me, why does the Xmen, the president in the Xmen 3 movies, make more sense than this one? Because, like, he even suggests, what about tanks or jets, like, against Magneto? He'll turn them inside out. And this guy sends nukes.
They have metal, by the way.
No. Let's forget the fact that there's so many nukes coming from Magneto. It's an asteroid in space. It's in low orbit. There is only one direction that asteroid is gonna go.
That's what I didn't get myself.
No. I'm saying, before we can even get there, you have metal in those things.
Yeah.
If Magneto was functioning well and you fired nukes at him, all you've done is arm this brah. Like, that's all you've done.
With a speech, oh Charles, look at these pathetic pigs throwing that pellets at me. Don't they know, compared to me, their greatest weapons are nothing more than spitballs? Oh, I just sounded like Magneto, didn't I?
Yeah, very much. And then all he does is Magneto nukes the planet and everybody dies or becomes a mutant.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
It wasn't well thought of.
It wasn't well thought of. And then now we have a situation where these missiles have destabilized the gravity core. This asteroid is going to crash on Earth and wiping out all life. People are.
Which I guess is a commentary.
Anyway. Before that, when was it? Yeah, when they finally I think they blow the asteroid or something, and then.
Oh no! Bastion gets his ass whipped so successfully. Yeah. It's not even funny. I think I was expecting like a proper, boss battle where he's taking the.
Check this. When the Sentinel steps on Bastion, why didn't the X-Men just finish him off too?
That's another thing.
Cyclops decided not to.
No, but like, bruh, that doesn't make sense. No, but I'm saying also that doesn't make sense because, like, why are you giving speeches now? Like, this is not the X-Men that I know. Because, again, when I turn back, y'all all let Trask fall off the building.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's supposed... No. Okay,
I'm sure Beast was like, I hope somebody does something because this Sentinel is about to break apart.
Like, guys, you can see that this guy's fighting me. What's your problem? Do something.
That was stupid.
I like... No, what I wanted to emphasize about that scene, or rather what I think they were trying to communicate and failed at, was they're trying to show a progression of how doing it the extreme violence way isn't working. Yeah. How they threw Trask off a building because they were angry and all these things. So they wanted to say, let's finally give, because we've been criticizing this man all our lives, but we've been doing things our own way. But now we're at a point where those things weren't working. So let's give what this person has been trying to teach us a chance for once. Actually, an actual proper chance. That's what they were trying to communicate. It fell flat because One, Bastion at this point was beyond redemption. He even said he destroyed John Notion in 4,000 something seconds. Two, he was practically defeated opponent at this point. It was just basically a mercy killing.
Not even that. I'm just saying the situation didn't call for it because remember, there's still things falling out of the sky. There's still
before that was before the missiles hit.
Oh, but I'm saying, well, anyway, in general, I'm saying that Bastion, because his regenerative powers also stopped working for some reason because he started off so OP and then I don't know what happened to his powers. But I'm like, this guy, like, the situation that you're in.
It was I don't know who was gonna comment on this or something. Somebody said it like, remember you showed us the scene where Goku was being slammed by.
Oh yeah.
And the Hulk was like saying, "Bitch, where are my royalties?"
Yeah.
Rogue did the same thing. That slap.
She owes the Hulk. I
was like, the Hulk was like. The Hulk was
both Morph and Rogue owe Hulk money. But anyway, I'm just saying the thing is, right, when it comes to these situations, like me personally, in my personal belief where things are, and I'm growing because I used to be team no kill, never kill, all of that stuff. I used to be that guy. But now it comes to like again, it's not something to celebrate. But if it's something that must happen and you have to do it, once you do it, you reflect on it and you move on. Don't throw a party and be happy. But like I'm saying, that's just my personal stance on the whole thing. But what I'm saying is with Bastion, where they were in that particular situation, it was not the time to talk. Like this wasn't the time to be having like if they wanted to do this talking scene, if they wanted to do that debate and that talking scene, I think it should have happened with Trask. Like, I think, like, if Nightcrawler was trying to be the voice of reason and talking about Charles Xavier and how we're supposed to react in the face of huge adversity and straight-up oppression to show these people that we are, the dream, basically. That would have been the time to do it because Trask was not a threat. They had all the power in that situation. Whereas with Bastion, depending on how his powers worked, because it was inconsistent in the episode, he was still very much a major threat. Like this was he was not negotiating. So it was just like you guys haven't put him down for him to be able to talk yet. He's still moving.
I was about to add to that. I was about to say that the best time to talk, Cyclops should have watched a few more episodes of Naruto. Naruto uses his talk jutsu after he's beaten the snot out of you and you're like, what the hell is going on? Oh my God, how could I have lost?
And you know what?
I can't feel my spleen. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how my spleen felt like until you took it away. That's when Cyclops would have come and like, listen, bro, it was your mom who said no to Xavier. It wasn't the other way around. You weren't abandoned by mutants. That your mom made a stupid mistake.
So Tensai.
I don't think Bastion was going to change his mind because he even told Storm that he was born with this programming of basically annihilating the world.
And I'm pretty sure taking someone as powerful as Xavier to knock some sense into him.
I think so. Only Xavier.
But at this point in time, Xavier was busy doing things. So
remember,
and also, didn't he feel rejected by Xavier?
Yes, he
was. That's exactly why.
Also, couldn't Jean Grey like show him like a conversation?
No, guys, remember, Bastion was infected with a Sentinel.
Yeah, that's what
so he's basically a computer.
Yeah, so, that's the programming.
So the programming. So for anyone to basically talk no jutsu to him, they literally have to reboot him and then reprogram him. Because I'm telling you right now, if Bastion would have gone to the Xmen and he would have loved Charles and everything, his programming would have still kicked in to kill mutant.
Well, then you just get Forge or you get Beast down there.
Yes, Forge would be the one to this because it's literally against his will. Let's say it's not his will.
Almost against.
Yeah, let's say it's not his will, and he says like, no guys, kumbaya, let's hit an oka pipe, renodi savannah, even if that's what he wanted to do, he won't be able to do it. He will be
compelled.
Yes, it's basically like how these serial killers describe themselves. Like, no, I'm a nice guy, but I just had to kill, type of thing.
No, I get that. I get that, and I also wanted to add that it could have been forged. It could have been. I think also Xavier could have figured out what the programming was, so that Forge can be able to do the control alt delete thing. Yeah. But I also wanted to highlight at this point in time, Forge had gone off the deep end completely. He was now attacking everything.
Bastion, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Bastion. I mean, he was attacking everything. He was attacking the White House. He was attacking. Taking everything.
Like this is where you want to look at. This is where you want to look at the. This is where you want to look at the people who are against mutants, and you just want to be like, yeah, this was a great idea, wasn't it?
At this point, Ultron was having the biggest orgasm of his life.
No, I think Ultron. Like, I wanted to make the video. I didn't have time. I didn't have time, but I wanted to make the video where I was like, he stole my bar for bar. Like,
he was.
Bastion stole my whole fucking flow, word for word, bar for bar.
Robot for robot.
You know?
Because that's Ultron's plan all the time, and Bastion was just like, all of humanity gotta go now. And I was just like, but I thought you were designed to protect. Okay.
Screw them.
Yeah, he lost the plot.
No, I think I think it was a reference also to X-Men Days of Future Past, because the Sentinels are just like, yeah, humans make mutants, so no humans, no mutants. Yeah, we good.
Problem solved, yay! And then we get to the whole scene where now the Magneto protocols finally strike home. They like, come grab my hand, and then Bastion decides,
deuces.
He turns into General Zhao from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah. Then he goes into the eternal light. Peace be upon him, and
misery be upon him.
I wanted to say Jubilee gets blown out into space, and Sunspot goes to save her. So Jubilee can actually breathe in space.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that question as well. Like, how did that happen again?
No, it's not just
couldn't Rogue and Sunspot also breathe in space?
Rogue,
everyone is breathing in space, bro.
Okay, Rogue makes sense because of Captain Marvel. Rogue makes sense because of Captain Marvel.
Yes.
But Jubilee?
Yeah, I know.
I think
because they're still on the asteroid when they were fighting. Maybe that's where the atmosphere comes from.
Yeah,
but when she does get blown out of the port and then he has to save her, then it's like, hey, man.
She was like blown out, like completely out of there.
She was in space, dog.
I was half expecting
this part is called plot hole.
No, because I was expecting Nightcrawler to be the one to save.
Yeah,
because that's the type of thing Nightcrawler would have done, like poof, space grab, poof, back at the asteroid.
Because Jean Grey could have created a force field.
There's so many characters. But we get to the basically the it's either
sorry. Speaking of bar for bar though, what's this? Shout out to the X-Men pulling a Avengers Age of Ultron initiative to stop the asteroid. I'm just saying.
Yeah, nice.
At this point, Age of Ultron. Ultron at this point must have been screaming for whatever afterlife hell he's in. Because
you mean the cycle bin?
The trash can. Because first there's an asteroid coming from Earth. Then the Avengers are trying to the X-Men. The X-Men. Because do you know what makes it worse? The actual Avengers, what were they doing?
Which also doesn't make sense because, like, that's the thing with it's also a problem in comic books. Like, when the world is ending in Avengers, X-Men are nowhere to be seen, and you're like, but why? And then when the Phoenix is losing it and the planet is about to get wiped out, then the Avengers are not there. Then when they do meet, they hate each other.
But I think also when they showed Cap looking down, I think. It's like, Rogue was right about your ass. Because
No.
you're like a teacher's pet right now.
Where was the epic speech, Captain America? You know, you're all about those epic speeches in the goddamn movies or everybody references. Where is the epic speech now?
No, actually, why didn't he just pick up his shield and just be like, "Yo, Iron Man, we gotta bounce."
Yeah,
exactly.
President, I quit. I'm gonna go fight Sentinels.
Mr. President, I need to go save the planet. There's a gigantic asteroid coming out. I'm gonna see if I can get one of my asteroids to come, one of my satellites or stuff to come mitigate the impact. Something. With Doctor Strange, can you open a gigantic portal?
Doctor Strange alone, Chief, he could have just eyes of Vishanti and we got.
You know.
Anyway, I'm just that's a problem in the comic book. So like we complain about it in the show. Yeah, we die. You know, we complain about it in the books too because you're like guys. But anyway, yeah. So somebody needs to explain the end of this episode to me because I'm confused.
Oh, where it's all split up into.
I think it has something to do with it.
Before the time skip, we just have to acknowledge that the guy who saved the day was Magneto.
Yep.
And the way he saved the day was being reminded of the one thing that I always remind myself in times of trouble like these days and ages. Charles was reminding him that you can't remember your parents' face because you're a kid at the time when they were taken away. But what they left something inside you that matters more than their faces, and that's love. And that love they gave you, would it want you to become a monster and an avenging angel, or would it want you to become something more?
Charles went in there.
Something better.
I'm saying Charles went in at that moment.
Yeah, you'd have hoped, like, this is when you were just like, dog, you should have been here from this. Why did you go to the CR? Why?
The power of the PUSSY.
Well,
that's why
your boyfriend needed you more. Like, dog, you needed to stay on planet Earth. You needed to work this out because, Chief.
I was watching this with my parents at this time, and as the asteroid was going down and the Avengers were trying to save the world,
the Xmen.
The Xmen.
The X-Vengers. The X-Vengers. Ultron is still trying to possess my brain wherever he is. Anyway, the X-Vengers are trying to save the Earth, and they said goodbye to Cable. There's Dad finally. Shout out to Scott. He finally stepped up as a dad. Look at my eyes, son. This is how I look like. I love you to the ends of the earth and back. You know, I know I was a POS dad, but yeah, that's a beautiful scene. But at that moment, when everyone was trying and failing to keep this thing from crashing on the earth, all I was saying, and my mama was like, "There's only one person who can save them now, and he needs to wake up. Wake up! Damn it, wake up! Magnus, wake up!" When he woke up, we all jumped up like someone scored a goal. Like, yeah!
They needed a Loki for that asteroid.
Yo.
He'll just do a bolder lessening jutsu.
And then we also get one of the scenes that broke the internet, where Morph confesses his feelings to Wolverine. And I like that.
The Wolverine fans are like, so he's gonna friend zone him, right? Right.
And all
this is for you, Morph.
Everybody was responding. It's June next month. It's June next month. And we all know what this month is, right?
I'll tell you now. If they do it, If they do it, the Wolverine fans will riot.
Yeah.
Good. For what they've done to T'Challa. I don't care.
Then it's Wolverine fans who are not reading the comics then.
Wait, but which comics are you referring to?
No, but the latest comics isn't like Wolverine like high or something?
In an alternate universe.
It's an alternate universe.
Correction.
He's busy with Hercules.
No, there's one universe where he's busy with Hercules fighting evil Xavier.
Yeah.
Because then he gay AF, but shame, the bycoding in Wolverine has been there for decades, guys. Come on.
Well, I guess if you've been alive for that long, you get bored.
No, for real.
Maybe
No,
I haven't. Wait, which?
No, that's what it is.
I haven't seen it. I've been reading Wolverine for years. Maybe I'm missing something.
Which one? The Hercules one?
No, not the Hercules.
No.
I'm just talking about regular Wolverine.
You need
Okay.
to sometimes you need people from within the community to point out that
He's referring to like all the innuendo in there, not necessarily.
yeah, it's not like black and white, because there was a time when they couldn't put it in black and white. But there are some places where like, that's weird.
Something is hitting the water.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
that's
gonna read it again. Maybe I'll read it with fresh eyes. But all I know is there's a bunch of
And what also
I know there's a bunch of dudes who are Wolverine fans who are just gonna be like, no.
but
And
that's
you
the thing.
like that's gonna be a fight. That's gonna be a fight anyway. Like I'm saying, they might just do it. And for me personally, I love Wolverine. I'm a Wolverine fan. It's whatever.
Oh,
But
well,
if
I
they-
mean, DC has pushed that envelope with Tim Drake and Jonathan
well, the thing
Kent
is, when we go to Tim Drake, has he gotten anything since?
What do you mean?
He got a 4-issue mini that got cancelled immediately, and now he
No.
hasn't shown up in comic books since.
Here's
And
my
remember,
other
like the Tim
argument.
Drake, the Tim Drake problem, it's not even that. Like his sexuality is one thing. That's a whole other can of worms. He's just been disrespected as a character in general before we even get to his sexuality.
Facts.
So
I just wanted to highlight one important thing though, just before we go into our tirade. The other part that what surprises me about the fandom going all crazy and stuff like that about this whole confession is that, guys, Morph is non-binary.
Yes.
And
yes.
he literally, and they literally can go from one gender to another. It doesn't matter.
But also they said
still
that
feel weird to them.
I'll say it for her since she's not here. So
Yeah, no, but I like the way even Biodemar tweeted like, no, this is more confessing, and everyone else was. And what kills is there have been subtle inferences throughout the entire season. I watched a few episodes with my little nieces. There you go.
Like the shower scene.
There's the shower scene. There's the fact that Morph, when the Sentinels attacked
the mansion.
No, when the Sentinels attacked the plane in the episode 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Morph went to rescue Wolverine. He literally ignored everyone else. He turned into Angel, flew towards Wolverine.
Okay.
I guess he knew that Cyclops can save himself.
Then there's the infamous shower scene. Then there's the fact that it was Morph who went out to go help Wolverine calm down when Wolverine was all pissed off in the match and intended to save it so they can have the little wrestling match. There are so many. Then there's also the scene that Wolverine was the angriest at the fact that Cyclops abandoned Morph.
Yeah, from the original, right?
Yeah, so like, guys, it's been there. It's just that, like it has to take people from within the community to show, like, guys, there's something that's you're trying to say. You may not be trying to say it, but we can draw conclusions. Hashtag they were roommates. Hashtag they were good friends. Hashtag, you know what I mean?
Bromance.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, look,
they're as close as Charles and Magneto, I guess.
Charles and Magneto are in. They are.
God.
They're doing
the
lateral tango at this point because they picked up each other at a bar, like. They were drinking together.
That's what bust Charles's legs in the first place. Who knows? I mean,
hey, dog, I'm just saying, like, with Magneto and Charles, like, that's hard to be like. And I don't even think it's there. I don't even think like they're on a spectrum in particular. I think they're on the Charles Magneto spectrum. It's that too specifically because outside of that, they've always been into women, but it's them two specifically.
That one.
Yeah. They keep it on the DL, you know.
There's a biblical reference to this, by the way. Do you know? I'm gonna get the Christians up and angry at me. But
what? Are you talking about David and Jonathan?
Exactly. Damn.
Oh God.
No one else.
I know what you're talking about.
But anyway, I think moving on.
Look, I've got enough enemies. I don't want the Christians coming after me.
Yeah.
At this
No,
age.
you've already got Wolverine fans coming after you,
Yeah.
Chief.
Now imagine the moment where Wolverine and religious extremists agree. What kind of a world are we living in?
And it's gonna be them Wolverine alphas, those guys who drink like cow's blood and eat like cow testicles.
Yeah, and they don't eat vegetables, and Andrew Tate somehow just shows up in the mix. Anyway, okay, so shout out to that lovely confession. Then we have this thing that doesn't make sense. We have, oh wow, shout out to Bishop being the only sensible black man I've ever seen in my life. Like
That's another character that's been annoying
Like,
because that guy's a taxi. Bishop feels like a taxi in this entire thing. All he does
Yeah.
is pick people up and drop people off, and here's a
And
solution, and I'm out.
could Bishop have arrived earlier to help the X-Men? Perhaps.
Yes, it could have.
Did he want to? Of course not. He ain't got time for this nonsense.
Dog, no. Bishop, you have to combat him, dog. You have to stand on the street. You have to put the sign.
Local.
No, past, future.
Because that's what he did, dog. Is he picks people up, he drops them off, and then he's out, and then he shoots a laser, and then he's out. And I'm like,
Yeah. So now we get to see Forge is like looking for his beloved and the other X-Men. There's a cult of Magneto now. Who's surprising anyone? The president got impeached for trying to destroy the world. Who's surprised? And the X-Men are loved more than ever, and they're presumed MIA or KIA.
But why are we loved when we did? Why are we loved when we
6
did?
months
When
have
we were
been
alive,
also,
you had
I'm
to
like,
kill us.
this can't be the first time they've saved the planet. Like, if they've got
No.
a track record at this point, like you guys.
They've saved the planet, but it doesn't so well know. Like when they took out Master Mode and they saved the president, it's just known the X-Men saved the president. Cool guys, yay! This time was the world's gonna end. Everyone in the entire planet was like, God help us all, and then Magneto stops it, and everyone sees Magneto stop.
Yeah,
did
but
nobody look at the
It was
Avengers?
Magneto
I'm
that
saying,
started that whole thing anyway.
did nobody look at the Avengers like, guys, are you not gonna?
And then, you know, Avengers
Assist
Assemble.
hands.
Like Hulk, you can't just
Hold on.
jump up and punch the
Punch it?
Smash.
Smash.
Smash meteor.
Oh,
Smash
let's
asteroid.
forget. This asteroid is in space. Where the heck is Sword? Sword?
No, where's
Yeah.
Thor? Like
Where's Shield?
Tony Stark, dog. Don't you have a suit for this thing? Like,
Where's the satellite, bruh?
but anyway, point being, it's an X-Men show. That's what X-Men fans are gonna say.
Yeah.
If you want Avengers, go watch an Avengers show. Okay, fine.
Why did you put Tony Stark and Captain America and Doctor Strange and
Those are moments
Daredevil
that make
and
you realize that Spider-Man
Omega?
truly is just a friendly neighborhood guy, eh?
No, shame.
One man.
Anything
what was
outside
he
of
gonna
Brooklyn?
do?
What was he gonna do, Spider-Man? Oh no, Spider-Man is smart enough to do something if he had the resources. If he had Spider-Man is Tony Stark without money.
No,
Prove me wrong.
Peter Parker.
Oh,
is-
Peter Parker is Tony Stark without money. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Anyone. How do I know this? What happened to Spider-Man from the future? That one with the weird looking with that weird ass looking suit. They're in the comic versions, not this Miguel nonsense. I don't care.
The 2099 one.
Yeah, I don't care about the 29. I don't care about the Miguel one. That Miguel one is non-canon. I decanonize him. I
Yeah,
have
the
nothing.
2099 one was.
No.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's- yeah,
Anyway, point is Peter Parker. Like,
2099.
I mean, that's
I'll
why,
double
like,
check.
that's why you do want the Avengers to be like they should show up and do something, because Parker probably would have been like gone to Stark and he would have been like, okay, let's go raid Reed's fridge. Let's go see what he has. Ultimate Nullifier. Let's go put something together.
I don't know. Dr. Doom would be like, Richard, you fool! How dare you let this asteroid come and destroy my planet? Wow,
Somebody would have called.
I'm really
Silver
cosplaying the
Surfer.
villains today, aren't I?
Yeah. No, I'm saying like, yeah, and also if T'Challa was T'Challa, by the way, who's got, he's got contingency plans for Galactus in the comic books.
T'Challa's a galactic emperor at this point. Come on, guys, relax. We can't.
But anyway, point being is that it's for the X-Men to shine. That's cool. The thing I'm confused about is the time travel.
Yes. So Jean and it seems like Jean and
Cyclops.
Cyclops got flung into the future
Yeah.
where they meet baby where they see the baby.
Mm.
And then
And the rest.
And the rest are flung to the past. And I'm pretty
Well, we
Storm in the past.
still don't know. We still don't know where Storm. We still don't know where
Yeah, we don't know where
Storm.
Storm is yet.
Storm. There's 3 people that we don't know: Storm, Wolverine, and Morph. I think we don't know where they are.
Because they're not being. Didn't I see Morph carrying? Okay, what's carrying Xavier? Was that Beast?
That was Beast.
That was Beast. Yeah.
Yes.
So Storm, Wolverine, and Morph. They're in the Love Island. They're in that.
Love Island X-Men.
No, they're in that prehistoric island with the pterodactyls and everywhere.
The Savage Lands.
They're in the Savage Lands. They're having their honeymoon. Storm was officiating the wedding. I'm giving all these himbos the biggest nightmare of their lives. That's the scenario that's happening right now. You hear me? I know. I got the script. Madam, I sent me the script. I read it, and that's exactly what happened. They're in the honeymoon because it's July. It's July. We're going.
Are you so serious about this?
It's June. It's June. It's that month. It's that month. It's our month.
No, guys, I figured it out. What happened is that when the thing was coming down, Aku came out of the woodwork somewhere, and long ago in a distant land. Aku, master of darkness.
Yeah.
Separated
That's a proper evil laugh, yo.
Separated the X-Men and sent one in flying them into the future and to the past.
My evil is long. And then we got what's his name? They find El Sabano, and I was like, all the X-Men that must have been pulled the face. You.
Yeah, because they were like, oh no, okay.
Not again.
But wait, what did they see? Is that Kang? What was going on?
That's Apocalypse.
That's Apocalypse.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. Yes, I do know that's Apocalypse. I'm talking about what they saw afterwards.
Oh, that futuristic world.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is it Kang or what?
No, they don't deal with Kang usually. I'm sure it's En Sabanor things again because the X-Men rarely interact with Kang. I don't even think they've
But
ever seen
why would En Sabanor's people fight him if he built that?
No, he didn't. Oh, I remember he started.
That's what I'm asking. What is that? What were they looking at?
If my memory serves me correctly, he started off as a slave, being forced to build these technologies for the Egyptian Empire at the time, and then he decides to augment himself with alien technology, and then years later he goes and laughs at this woman who dumped him. Am I correct? I'm literally.
My Apocalypse lore is like this.
But all I know is if it must have been the fact that Charles is right behind him. Magneto at that time would have chucked a spear through him. Like, oh, okay.
No, they were all ready to box, and Magneto was like, "Hold on." Like,
wasn't Charles communicating with his mind or something?
Yeah, something like that. Like, that's what Charles did because, like, I think even Beast was about to like, Charles, you gotta just sit down here. Okay, it's go time.
Yeah, I think Charles was doing something.
And apparently, there's a reference to Apocalypse taking up a picture of either Gambit.
Yeah,
the episode. I don't remember.
Because apparently characters can die and come back. So now Gambit is apparently slated to come back and become one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. It's interesting how a fictional character can like die on screen and then, you know, they can use time travel to somehow bring him back. It's very fascinating.
Oh, you know what I want?
You mean kind of like how Magneto didn't die in Genosha? Oh, okay, I hear you.
Recast each other.
How many times Jean Grey died?
Yeah, she's died.
Recast each other.
Yeah, but at this point in time, it's part of a character.
I want editing Tebello just to bring the picture of Black Panther up from the corner slowly as he's busy talking. And I mean the proper Black Panther.
Yes, please.
Like
the Civil War Black Panther.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Earth Mightiest Heroes, Black Panther.
That
Yeah.
was like the best one, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to bring Earth Mightiest Heroes because he's my favorite rendition. I know some people don't like him, but he's still my favorite, like by far, leaps and bounds.
He's so like he's actually like outside of how they changed his origin, he's actually very comic book accurate.
Yeah. So anyway, so do we have to touch upon anything regarding to this episode? We went through a lot.
No, I think we covered everything.
I planned to do a tier list, but can we postpone that tier list till next week because?
Yeah, I got it ready, but yeah, we'll do it next week, I think.
Because I'm about to fall into a coma.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, so like guys, you don't understand. You see, there's a background here, and I'm looking all jovial. Behind me, there's a drip that's plugged into my leg. There's a black scene. Like
no. Tebello is sitting in that golden chair that was designed for Magneto. That's feeding him. Magneto, designed for Charles when Charles was dying and feeding him medicine and things. He's got Shia technology going on.
Yeah, there's I'm being pumped up with all the drugs on med right now because as soon as this thing switches off, I'm literally gonna be flipped into a stretcher and flung into an ICU unit right now. So it's like they're just pulling it back.
Where that evil is law.
Not even pulling it back. I want to be thrown into a Bacta tank like in Star Wars, Pressurize it. Okay, gonna be in there for the next 2 weeks. Okay, bye.
And when you come out, you'll have like the greatest Zenkai boost known to man. Anyway,
so
rating. If I gotta put the T'Challa thing aside, which is a lot, it's hard. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm very, very annoyed about what they did to T'Challa in X-Men 97 because I'm personally like, don't show it then. If you couldn't use him, just skip over it.
Yeah.
But anyway, the episode as a whole, I give it a 7.5. I think like there's a lot of stuff that happens in it that I'm like, what? But there's a lot of stuff that happens that's good, so it averages. And if I have to add my bias in, I would give it a 5 for the Black Panther stuff. But if I'm being objective, 7.5.
Damn, minus 2.5. That's what you see. It's serious. This thing.
It's personal.
Because
that's my personal bias. But if I'm being objective as a critic of the show, 7.5.
Yeah. It's amazing how people will put when people put their own personal feelings in something. It's something even as big as the X-Men could lose an outright majority. It shows how you should just respect the will of the people.
Last time when I went there, you were like, "Hey, politics," but you're going there.
He's just using buzzwords.
Did I say anything? How is this got to do with any sort of politics whatsoever?
It's just buzzwords.
Did I just say anything?
Okay. When I Mr Extrodin, when you do it, you like Kendrick. You name names. I hate the way that you walk.
I just said coalition. I just said the coalition government. That's all I said.
Hey, when you're forgetting Ahsoka, Chief.
I hate the way that you vote. I hate that way when. That's my ish.
Hey, hashtag East London, no comment. Anyway.
Hashtag cutting edge is coming soon.
Oh Lord.
Okay, my rating is a 7, man. I would give it a 7.
Nice. Whoa. How am I nicer than you?
Look, I wanted to give it an 8, but after we dissected this whole episode, I realized that there's a lot that was not thought through.
The plot holes are plot holing.
So I'm like, no.
I think they suffered from MCUism a little bit in the sense where they started rushing the third act.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think if they wanted to, it feels like it needed another episode just to flesh out some things or make some things more coherent.
It needed 2 more. It needed 2 more episodes, honestly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely believed you guys when you thought this was 12 episodes because it felt like it was going for 12 episodes. I was seeing something because then if they're giving it the 12 episodes it needed, we could have fleshed out a Phoenix episode that's what was more well-rounded. We could have seen a Storm coming to her own that's a little bit more rounded. We could have seen character development that was necessary. We could have seen how the Magneto protocols would be something that their hands were forced at this point. Because if they had a sense of despondency that was too great to ignore, then I would have said, "Oh, okay, we can understand." There was no in that eyes the situation.
Also, if they could have like fleshed out Mr. Sinister a little bit more, and and Mr. Sinister and Bastion and whatever, because I know Bastion takes over from him, but like I feel like I don't know, maybe I needed more time with Bastion or like because like he kind of goes from protecting humanity to destroy the world, and it feels very like whiplashy. I'm like, excuse me.
Just like a certain Ultron. Ultron wanted to save the world by throwing a meteor.
No, Ultron I get. No, because Ultron I get. He scanned the internet and like he was like, yeah, no, all of this gotta go. But like Nimrod and the Sentinels, they have a specific hate boner for mutants. So I don't know when his hate boner for mutants got like pushed to the side, and then it was like everybody gotta go.
No, the ideology was, okay, I'm going to be... Ultron's plan was to come in the form of this big-ass hero. So there's going to be this asteroid, and then him with his new upgraded body was going to be the guy who saves the day. And then people would...
What he wanted to do was turn everybody into robots after they get wiped out. But anyway, moving on.
As the saying goes, people would have looked up into the sky and saw hope. But then you took it away from me. You managed to hurt me. So I'm going to take everything that you care about from you too. And then that's when he decides, okay, now F it all, everyone dies.
That's such a toddler reaction.
For someone who's only a week old.
Okay.
Well, and I mean, it is very Tony Stark, because Tony Stark said, "Stop using my weapons, or I'll blow you up with my weapons."
Yeah. That's true.
And then Vision comes like, I was born yesterday, but you know what? You're stupid as F. I'm sorry.
But I wasn't born last night.
But I'm saying, my point is that with Bastion, I thought he was anti-mutant. Like I thought he was targeting mutants specifically. I didn't know that it was now everybody gotta die type of thing. I mean, like I could see what they were going for with the writing. Because basically what they were trying to do, from what I understand, is they were trying to make it like a situation where everybody's going to die, not where Bastion is targeting everybody specifically. Like the situation got so far to a head that now everyone's in danger.
Because what should have happened, one episode would have been focused on the takedown of Sinister and the rampage of the Phoenix. And then another episode would have been focused on beating the final boss, which would have been Bastion. Then we would have had one episode dedicated to asteroid and collide crashing onto the Earth.
And whole time travel thing.
And then the whole time travel thing.
Yeah.
Nice, neat ending, but budget constraints, I hope. Anyway, Mr. Khoza, can I please have your score? Because
I'll also give it a 7 because with all that we've spoken about, a lot of inconsistencies. A lot of rushing, a lot of, misrepresentation.
Okay, I gotta knock down my score then, because I thought the Xmen people were gonna love this episode.
Not this one.
I have a love-hate with this thing.
Guys, don't get me wrong. I loved this episode.
Yeah, it was not bad. I really loved it, but those loopholes.
Yeah,
okay, 7 for me.
I'm also very interested in Bastion myself. I would have loved to see more of him and what else he's about, and it's like they rushed it.
He just felt like a device.
Yeah, I get to see the conflict between the human and the machine. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I think that's why in the end he wanted to destroy everyone, because the machine wants to destroy the mutants, and then Bastion is just tired of everybody.
Yeah.
So I think he's an interesting character,
Oh, okay. Yeah, he is.
I'm also with everyone is like, when I watched it, I thought it was a 7.5 bordering on 8. But now that we've broken it down again and you see, and you're like, how did I miss these plot holes? A Boeing 47 could land in them. So now it goes down to a 7 because a lot of them, they didn't really need much to be fixed. A lot of the issues we have, they didn't need, like, bar an extra episodes, bar flashing out Bastion a bit more. Even the Bastion one, it could have actually been done in the previous episode because there was just a lot of talking that was happening. So that
Or they could have shot at us anime style with a backstory, like
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, man. So I'll just give it that. I think the overall idea of the story is a 9. I think it's brilliant. I just think the execution brings it down to a 7.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
True. Yeah.
But and then the series overall, Ratatouille couldn't have cooked a better meal.
Chef's kiss. How you say in English? Yeah, chef's kiss.
Yeah,
You
no,
know, Ratatouille put his foot in. Gordon Ramsay's looking at this and is like, "This is the best."
Yeah, I once put on my status on WhatsApp that Xmen 97 is single-handedly saving Marvel at this point, and I still
In
hold true to
2024,
that.
so for sure.
It's the one I think that's like saved this guy. It was like the one thing that the ship may be sinking, but someone is replaying these gigantic torpedo holes. Like, wow, what's happening?
Also, they must bring back the OnlyFans guy. Like, forgive him if Ezra Miller hasn't been fired for kidnapping kids, having a cult, shooting someone, choking someone. And yet,
Bra went to court. Bra, well, not Bra. They went to court, basically.
Yeah.
If Ezra Miller,
So if Ezra Miller can still be having a Flash movie out after he did all that nonsense that he did, and this was a streak. This, like, remember this whole Ezra Miller, like, it was like every week something new. He was like very Mark. But wait, there's more. So, and then when you realize that who's Kang again?
Oh, Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors was literally running away from someone.
Yeah.
And then he got found guilty and he lost his contract.
Reckless assault. Like, you gotta remember, it was misdemeanors. Like, it was like a thing where apparently, according to the laws in America, I'm not an expert, but according to the laws, that's like getting a ticket. So he was not like everybody here is convicted and they think there's jail time and like it was serious. It's a misdemeanor. Like, what they do is they misreport it to make it bigger than what it was.
And then we have
and then Josh Brolin, by the way, he's from the tribe of Slapaho. So, and he was Thanos. So come on.
So was Sean Connery, but we don't talk about that anyway.
Yeah. So if you're gonna fire who's this guy now?
Oh, Bo DeMayo.
Oh yeah.
Bo DeMayo, and if you're gonna fire Jonathan Majors over things like that, keep it consistent. That's all I'm asking for.
No, guys, there's one underlying there's one underlying thing that you just show. I'm telling you, there is a Republican old
no, there is.
Some,
I mean, remember the guy.
What was his name? Ike. You're saying that Ike Perlmutter's homie is still there. Like, Ike, I'm gonna hold the fort.
You know,
these Negroes will never.
No, but like you start feeling that way. Like, literally, all the black shows are just like are getting screwed over.
No, like that's what I'm saying. If
Mr. Zuko, are you wearing a gown?
Yeah, man, it's cold.
I just wanted to understand that. I was like,
unapologetic. When he was hot, it was shirtless. When he was cold, the dog is wrapped up. Like, don't expect anything else from the Fire Lord.
What was I tempted to?
Hey, I'm a lord, man. I answer to no man.
You know.
Yeah, but like, what I want to say is, I think quickly, just before we wrap up, we should just talk about things that we're hoping for with the next season.
Hang on, I haven't given my final ranking. Can I give my ranking?
Go ahead. Go ahead, my bad.
To summarize, my ranking is still 8 out of 10.
Oh, for the episode.
Yeah, for the episode in particular, because as much as the plot holes are the size of Asia, I still like, I feel vindicated by seeing the relationship between Charles and Magneto. And we finally progress. Yeah, sure. People say, the other, and I'm just saying we get to see that Charles held to his principles to the very end, even if it risks his life.
Right.
And that's what I liked. I wanted to mention earlier that one of the things I liked about what Charles taught in Magneto was, your parents wouldn't have wanted you to become a monster. And one of the lines I always say, and I keep on posting it on my status whenever I feel like giving up, is that I refuse to become the monster the world thinks that I am, because the church, the certain political parties, everywhere, the whole world is a scary place to be who you are. Right. And I could either prove them right or choose a better path. And I'm pretty sure my parents wanted me to be happy in this world. So I refuse to play that game, and that's exactly what I saw happen in this episode with regards to Magneto's. It's a mini redemption. It's like a kick into the redemption arc. I'm not saying he's redeemed yet, but I can just see it's like, and that's what I liked. But otherwise, the plot holes are plot holing, and it does add a sour note to an otherwise show. I would have given this whole show a 9 out of 10. But for that last episode's shenanigans, I think it actually kicked it down to about like a 7.5 altogether because of that last episode. That last episode did a lot of damage to an otherwise a perfect symphony. It's like a song that has a perfect beginning, beautiful middle, and then it's Princess of the Universe.
It's bad dessert.
Yeah,
or it's like Black Eyed Peas when they came out with the end. And every song was like great for 2/3 of the song, and then they come to the end and they're like, "Oh, switch up!" It's like, what are you doing? No.
It feels like that there's a lady who does like how songs be up in white clubs, and the song will start just fine, like, "Hi, how you doing? This is us, we the Xmen. So it just had a little bit of that.
Yeah. Now BuckMeister can close things out. You're saying?
Oh, I was saying that before we close it out, I just wanted to say we should probably go around and say what we want to see for season 2.
Okay.
So I just know for me, I want 2 things. I want a proper T'Challa cameo. Thank you very much. And more Storm and Bishop action. Can they not just be popping in and out of the... Like, they teleport more than Nightcrawler at this point. They're in, and then they go on.
Yeah.
So can they please get more screen time? And, and I guess if you're going for the... Yeah, well, anyway, that's all I want. Yeah, that's all I want. Thanks.
Mr. Extrodin?
For me, I think let's just give us Onslaught. Okay? And then let's see a bit more of Storm doing some really cool stuff. And let's hope that if we're getting bone claws from Wolverine, let it be worth it. Let it not just be like an Easter egg of sorts. I'm not really looking forward to anything. Like, for me, the storyline that seems like it's going to be more interesting is the one with Apocalypse. With Nathan, I'm not so sure. I
am better.
You don't want to see your boy be a dad.
That's going to be on... No, he wants Omega Blast. He don't want no family time.
For me, I feel like, they're probably going to save Nathan with whatever he's going through. I mean, we've seen that a billion times with other things. There's nothing new there.
Who else is next? Zuko?
Consistency. I just want to see some consistency. If you're going to make someone be able to punch a Sentinel in episode 1, let them punch a Sentinel in episode 3. Like, don't just flippy floppy for no good reason. And should there be something, just give us a little 5 seconds, like, oh no, they didn't have their coffee today, so they can't punch as strong as they usually do, and we'll be fine with that. And that's really it, because I think they did well. Overall, I think they did well. The stories were good, and I probably would say, if you're gonna have so few episodes, have less characters. so that you can flesh out the characters that you have less characters, because then you don't get the problem of like literally Storm was in what episode 1, 2, 3, gone again.
9, 10.
No, episode 1, 2, gone, and then I think the end of episode 3, and then episode 4, 5, and then gone again. Like she was missing in like 4 episodes out of 10.
And I know it's not the Wolverine show, but the guy has been sidelined. Yo.
And yes,
I am shooketh. You of all people.
No, but dog, not like that though. Let's be honest. Like I
didn't mind the.
Hey,
look,
Brad's got a video. Look, Brad's got a whole video game coming out soon. Like, don't worry about Wolverine.
Yeah, I didn't mind so much about the Wolverine because. Maybe because I've seen a lot of Wolverine, so like it was fine.
Also, Deadpool and Wolverine is dropping. Like,
so
I'm talking about Xmen 97 Wolverine. I don't care about anybody else.
I'm using your logic. I'm putting the movies. And then
that's not my logic, by the way.
No.
I hear you, Mr. Extrodin. If you want, like, if you were a fan of Wolverine in this universe and you wanted him to do stuff, he was not doing stuff in this series. He got to body a couple of Sentinels and then get bodied by Magneto. That's all he did.
Yeah, that part about him getting bodied by Magneto, it felt cheap, man. Like there was no. It was like a cool moment that we know from the comics, but. There was no really like it just felt
follow through. Like that's another thing. Follow through.
No, also it's just like if you were gonna do that, don't let him touch Magneto. Like that's what I would have rewritten, because if it's Wolverine and you know this and you know that he's been doing wet work, he's been an assassin, etc. He's not gonna be and the brave die. No, like sing done. But anyway, Yeah. Okay. And then
my dear Miss, can I order that line again? My dear Mr. Logan, the last person to penetrate me from behind, I left in a wheelchair. I will leave you in a state.
Oh wow!
I will leave you in a museum of modern art.
I think I missed that one.
No, it's not canon. No.
I think that one was on some hub.
I missed somewhere.
I think that was on P Hub.
I sent you that video. It was that funny little skit. Right, the last person to penetrate me from behind.
I remember.
So I guess next is Mr. TK.
Yeah, we need our Omega mutants to be Omega mutants, man. Please. I mean, they're representing Magneto. I mean, I love it. But the rest of them, nah. Even Jean Grey, man, she's like whack, she's
she's so nerfed.
What?
No, there were some episodes where she was brilliant. And
I think she can be.
That was like,
she can be
that's
better.
The thing, consistency in power. Exactly. Be consistent.
And I really hope they don't mess up Apocalypse, because Apocalypse is a very cool character.
Right.
Oh, they will.
That's what I'm hoping they don't.
Unless they bring the Mayo back.
I mean,
Brown be making speeches like from the ashes of their world. Oh God!
From the ashes of OnlyFans, I have returned.
I was saying, Jean Grey's powers also show a bit of inconsistency from an episode where she was literally having a Dragon Ball Z battle with a Sentinel too.
Exactly.
Oh no! I can't fight off my own son. Let me call. Scott in the middle of this battle. I love you.
No, I was so mad at that because I was like, focus, woman. If you used all of your powers, I'm pretty sure you could figure out a way to get out of this. Why are you having last-minute conversations with your boyfriend?
She was showing how cool she is, that she can make a call while fighting.
While fighting a big...
Yeah, man. Hey, don't worry, Chief. I signed. Don't worry, Chief.
No, please. I was like, okay. I thought I'd be calling Scott like, Scott, please talk to your boy before I give him the hiding of his life. Nathan Summers, you stop that right now. Do you hear me, boy? He's not listening.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. Oh, that would have been so funny.
And then Citizen would be like, I know call for punishment, but jeez, woman.
Oh, that would have been so funny if she called Scott and she was just like, you and this Madeline Pryor baby are starting things.
Also,
And now
this Madeline Pryor baby.
The thing that we forgot to mention though is how quickly they just forgiven everybody. It's like, yeah, Rogue, all of a sudden, like, we'll just forget that you had joined Magneto for like a split second. You know what I mean? Like,
that's water under the bridge. If Charles can forgive Magneto, there's nobody who's gonna hold Rogue.
And yes, because what's his face? Sunspot and Jubilee, like 2 seconds. It's like, man, you know,
but
it was heat of the moment, Jubes. It was heat of the moment.
Dog, nothing like that. Nothing was mentioned. Nothing.
And then, yes, we can also forget the other plot hole. An episode ago, Charles had this magnetic helmet stuck to his head. Beginning of this episode, where did that helmet go?
He fell though, didn't he?
I think he did.
Yeah.
And it came off, something like that.
Did it?
Yeah.
I think
so. But then for him to crawl back to crawl to Magneto, that's because he had fallen off.
Anyway,
so
we'll get to the fun parts, I guess.
Oh my soul.
And
I guess that's it.
Okay,
no, but did Zuko say what he's expecting?
He did.
Yeah.
Khala, we need the what do you call yourself in your intros? Son of the Khala.
Son of Daniel.
There we go.
Okay, what I'd like to see more of, look, I enjoyed the Magneto and Charles dynamic. It was one of my favorite parts of the season. But I think I would like to see a little more fleshed out with the other characters of them and the polar opposites. In terms of, Storm and Forge, we need a little more. Yeah, and I would have seen. I'd love to
Cyclops and Wolverine.
Cyclops and Wolverine. Some closure. Because Cyclops knows. There's no way he doesn't know. He knows.
What?
He knows. Cyclops knows that Wolverine has got the hots for his girl.
No, he's always known.
Always known. That's literally
but married.
They need to nuke that freaking plot thread. Actually, I want to add something. Can we stop making Wolverine chase Jean? Please.
That's what
I don't know why they did.
I don't.
Let's end the simping. This is a guy who's been alive for a long time. He should be able to know how to get over a girl.
That's why I'm surprised. You guys are so angry at this whole relationship between Jean. It's like, oh my god, get over it. And then when Morph comes in and says they have their feelings for him, you're all like, no. Ew. Oh.
You better clip this, bro. You better clip this. You should see your facial expressions when you do that.
You saw that Cyclops actually went to Wolverine and he's like, don't disappoint her. And
I was looking
do what
at
you
him like,
do best and heal or something.
I'm like, Scott, why are you bringing this up, bro? Like, you fanning flames here, Chief.
Thruple vibes, I'm telling you. And when I saw Madeline Pryor, I was like thinking...
And you know what? With them pushing everyone, then now there needs to be this character, that character. That could happen. There could be poly... There could be a poly relationship or something.
I don't want it. Where's Mariko?
He was busy saying you're supposed to be sipping wine, making love. Remember that part?
Where's Mariko? Please bring back Mariko Yashida. Good God.
Yeah.
Yeah, just, Wolverine.
Anyway, let me go back from my depravity. I also would like to see a genuine, proper rendition of Age of Apocalypse. If there's one thing,
seems like it might get rushed through that one.
Yeah, but that's what I'm hoping for. Like, give me a character redemption. I know how they massacred my boy in that appalling goddamn movie that I didn't watch, and I know he's
Hey, I watched it there, but don't ask me anything about it, hey, because I was
But
all you have to know is Apocalypse apparently installed dubstep in his voice every time he has to make a great speech. Cause that bra every time from the ashes of the dog. Is there a DJ in your mouth? Why every time you have to talk with reverb?
Okay, I'm gonna go to YouTube and watch a clip just.
Guys, I'm pretty sure old man Professor X wiped that movie from my mind. It's like I just saw like he Days of Future past me. I was just minding my own. Maybe I should watch this movie. Jiggy jiggy fool. Everything freezes. I just see Charles going down on on the escalator. Never know. I'm going to save you the trauma of becoming the biggest super villain this universe has ever seen, and prevent you from watching this movie. But Charles, you said you'd never go into a man's mind and lobotomize it ever again. But for the sake of the greater good, I have to.
That movie was made so that Professor X could be bald. Like that's my feeling on that entire movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they made it. They needed to. Anyway.
They needed to show why he became bald.
We're 3 hours in. Okay, I think we need to wrap up.
Yeah.
So that's it. Okay, should I close the video? Is there anything else?
No, I think that's
No, that's it.
I think
check out TK stuff, please.
Yes, go to Martike, Luana, your handle makes me dizzy.
Speaking about that, you see my background there. That's my character for my third issue.
This is fire.
Yay!
I don't know why my screen. But yeah, that's my man there.
No, it's because
I mean, he gives me some. I'm going to dine on Total Soup vibes, but like it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's fire, bro.
That's fire, man.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thank you so much. I think at this point in time, like where it changes is like as I'm busy talking now, that's when the end credits are going to go up from the screen. And I'm basically going to be telling you, thank you for lasting till this point. I hope that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please follow all these people at their awesome work. Support BuckMeister on Kofi. Support Zuko on his Twitters. Support Surreality because it's doing some epic stuff. It's the future, guys. If you loved Xmen, you'll love his work because it's very the art style and the color contrasting and the storyline is actually quite familiar.
Really?
Now that I think about it.
Don't worry, it's flipping in the third issue.
Anyway, we get to see all kinds of crazy stuff happen in this comic. Please support his endeavors. Support Mr. Extrodin. He has done wonderful work making film reviews. He also has got his own podcast. He talks about all this wonderful stuff, Africa in Frame, and Africa is Next, and he's also an aspiring TD Jakes. He's going to be preaching to millions one of these days.
Swallow.
I will keep on saying TD Jakes up until this meme becomes a thing of the past. So
it will never be a thing of the past. It has swallowed us.
Like John, like the whale with Jonah. Anyway.
Exactly.
What else do you have to add? Oh, okay. I want to become more viral than herpes, and the only way herpes spreads is through mouth to mouth. So I do see you guys commenting. I'm so happy.
Let it burn.
So keep spreading us. Keep talking about us. Keep commenting. I see. I put up my Hall of Fame poster of the geeks of Afro Geek Fest on my Instagram. People are already responding like crazy. I think next week or later this week, you're going to see a vlog about our endeavors in Afro Geek Fest. I hope you watch it. I hope you enjoy it. What else did I have to...
Shout out to you, Forge, man. I know you couldn't join us, but...
Special thanks to all our guest speakers, General Papie, TK, the second or the first, depending on the first.
Are we back on that?
The only reason I'm okay is because this TK is the coolest one I know. So it's like, I'm fine. If I get to be associated with people like this, I can share them mentally. It's okay. There's no princess of the universe anymore. Shout out to Phil Forge of Forge News and his music. I hope one day I get to do a rock song cover with him one day because his guitar skills are off the charts. He's also he does whatever he does on his TikTok, but he's also very athletic. Damn God,
Yeah, dude, that guy.
Like, you know, he's a real Jedi. I feel like I need to start practicing even harder now. It's like, you know what? I'm falling behind. Otherwise, I'm going to be one of those useless dark side characters who are like old and wrinkly and like, yes. When he's like,
I think Forge is just waiting for Zordon to call him, dog. Like, if I'm being honest,
yeah,
he's always wearing red. Like, yo, he's ready, dog.
He's ready.
Wait, do we know if Forge lost his parents at the age of 9? I think we just need to investigate.
It's Forge Batman. We shall ask him. Anyway, stand by. The Geek Spot, we're going to start some awesome interviews. Special thanks to all these wonderful people that I've invited who've said yes. It's going to be a crazy couple of months, guys. Please stay tuned. Please keep watching this channel. Please help this channel grow. As soon as it crosses 200, I will say something nice about Vegeta.
Prince.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll say something nice. The challenge is in your hands, all right, guys?
If we get to 1,000, he'll do a Vegeta impression. Come on, guys, come on.
I thought if I get to 1,000, I'll have to do a Naruto parody.
Oh, how about a Vegeta cosplay? Yeah, let's mess you up.
With what money? Do you have the budget?
If you have 1,000 subscribers, they'll start paying you, Chief. Like, come on.
No. If I have 1,000 subscribers and they start paying me, that's when I'll start a Kickstarter. Like, I have to dress up like Vegeta for some reason. But guys, I'm tall and bald. I'm gonna dress up like Nappa.
Nope.
No, we'll get you the hairpiece, Chief.
We'll get you a hairpiece. Hairpiece. Bekotzing Audi. Bekotzing Audi.
I could imagine. Vegeta. Well, you just see, I'll become Vegeta's love on Fusion. You just see me with lipstick.
Yeah, can't wait to see that.
Maybe he's
We'll take
Maybe
it.
he's saying, Prince.
Anyway, we love you guys. We hope to see you guys next week. Peace out.
Peace.
Later.
Later.